I will never forgive you for what you did. That relic is going to cause horrible suffering in the world. I'm leaving the ship. Leaving Colleen. Perhaps I'll go out on my own. Whatever happens, stay out of my way.
This is actually quite fun. Look at him squirm.
We've all agreed. He's going to choose one way or the other, or we're throwing him off the boat.
The irony is delicious. You could cut it with a knife, or anything else for that matter.
So this is where we part ways, good looking. I still think you made the wrong decision, but I think I'll actually miss you.
I will be blunt. You were a fool to trust a relic that powerful to these Bretons. If they do not use it for evil, they will harm themselves through their ignorance. I believe I am done with both you and Captain Colleen.
Glenumbra guarded the gatehouse on the chasm. I didn't see her, nor did I want to.
Well, that was an awful lot of drama, wasn't it? I think I'm about done here. It's time to sail on my own boat. Stay safe. We'll meet again.
I know the others have doubts, but that's their problem. If Captain Colleen believes the power of that relic can be used for good, I do too. You did the right thing. When I see my brothers again, I'll tell them what you did for them.
I know that many aren't happy you kept the relic, but you made the right decision. If you're ever in trouble, you can call on my blade. I hope we get the chance to sail together again, my friend.
The proud city of Daggerfall greets you. Can I help you with something? The Seamount War Chief. Impressive. I don't know what you did to convince him, friend. But you have my gratitude. Well done. I will take this petition to High King Emmerich immediately. Enjoy your stay in Daggerfall.
Flowers for sale. A posy to gain a sweetheart's favor, perhaps? Oh, that's a pity. Well, now this is a mess. I'm taking a chance here. Sometimes I hear strange things, like what's on that note. Black roses with thorns. I've heard whispers of dark nature magic. That's just the kind of thing Roy, your dead man, would be interested in. With the note? I don't know. That's just what Roy did. He would find out things. Daggerfall has many eyes and ears. After all, information is cheaper than war.
Welcome, friend. You can't get better fruits or vegetables anywhere in Daggerfall. I guarantee it. Look, I don't want any trouble. That's a phrase used by the King's intelligence network. It means someone's going to get killed. I don't want to know anything more. Just leave me out of this. You know, the eyes and ears of Daggerfall? That's how King Casimir keeps track of what's going on in the city. But you didn't hear about it from me. I said leave me alone. Take your questions and go. I'm not involved in this. It sounds like something that Roy would want to know about. Damn persistent, aren't you? Roy's a friend. I trust him. People I don't know, I don't trust. And I don't know you. I sell the best fruits and vegetables in Daggerfall. Lots of people come by, I talk, and I listen. Then I talk to my friends, like Roy. As for other people, maybe they should decide what they're going to do, now that they know so much.
Interested in a set of new clothes? Something in silk, perhaps? No one ever leaves my shop empty-handed. I'm afraid those aren't for sale. The Crescent Moon is the heraldry of the Casimir family, the rulers of Daggerfall. Dead? Rugged fellow had a dog? That's Roy. Well, that was Roy. I'm sorry he's dead, but I'm not surprised. If you figure out what Roy knew and who killed him, I'm sure someone will reward you. it's also a good way to get yourself killed. I guess. I liked Roy. He watched out for the merchants around here, and in exchange, we helped Roy. I listened and let Roy know what people were saying. If we ever told him something important, Roy made sure the right people were informed. Roy was a good man, loyal to Daggerfall. People trusted him. Even that old dog loved him. If a crime has been committed, talk to Captain Arison. It's his job to keep the city safe, so he's as good a choice as any. He's usually by the great stairs behind the Mages Guild. He likes to keep an eye on the approach to the castle.
Welcome to Daggerfall. Move along. Roy, where is he? Why did he send a stranger in his place? Dead. Mara's hands. Let me look at that note. It's our code, all right. Someone who uses dark nature magic is planning to assassinate King Casimir. But who's behind this? I need to know more. Just don't try to play me for a fool. But with Roy dead, I don't seem to have much of a choice. Talk to Glenumbra at the Rosy Lion Inn. If Roy was onto something, she'll know what to do. Betray us and, well, she'll still know what to do.
I'm busy. Can't you see I'm drinking here? And? Why are we talking? By Malakath. Roy stepped on a nest of snakes this time. One of the vipers is upstairs. He might know something. I'd confront him, but he knows me. Maybe a stranger like you can get him to talk. Eager. Reminds me of Roy. Go upstairs. Find Levesque and rattle his teeth, but don't kill him. We may need him later. Just don't mention me. I'm not an agent of the Crown. I'm just an orc enjoying her ale.
You don't think I had anything to do with that, do you? Agreed. I'll tell you everything I know. Martin Lerino hired me. He lives next door to the inn, in the large manor house. I'm a mason, you see. Martin wanted me to make him a map of the tunnels beneath Daggerfall. The secret ones that lead to the castle. But I don't know what he's planning, I swear. I just needed the gold. I've got my own troubles back in Wayrest.
You're back. What happened? I thought I heard some noise upstairs. But you don't look any worse for the wear. Did you let that snake Levesque live? Martin the merchant? We need to know everything. Get inside Lerino's manor. Look for anything that can shed light on what they're planning. I'll stay here and keep an eye on Levesque, so take anything you find straight to Captain Arison.
Most of the royal family is safe, but his lordship is brave and stubborn. He refuses to leave the throne room. I need more information to convince him of the danger he's in. His lordship. Keep this quiet, or we'll never find the assassins in time. Divines help us if the king is killed. It could destroy the Alliance. I've taken every precaution to protect the royal family, but the king refuses to lay low. We need to find those assassins. Good. Talk to Susanna Atabas. She oversees the docks. Tell her what you discovered and she'll help in any way she can. Now hurry. The king's life is in danger.
Unless this is about cargo, I can't talk right now. I'm extremely busy. The assassins are in my port. Find these snakes and kill them, but do it quietly. I don't want to start a panic. I'll alert the guards. If any of these conspirators get past you, we'll cut them down.
You're too late. Barrick's already on his way to the castle. Your king is already dead.
My lord, you must go now.
I will not. The dragon does not flee its lair.
They're coming for you. Wait, what was that?
Death to the king. We strike for the Bloodthorn.
Get the king out of here. Go!
Flank, now!
No one will stand in Angof's way.
Flank, now!
Good riddance. Captain, this isn't easy for me to say, but I want to apologize for ignoring your warnings.
It was nothing, my king. I apologize if I was impertinent in my duty.
Not at all, Arisen. Rise, please. In service to Daggerfall, our friend here is to have any support the Watch or the Knights can provide.
Of course. We'll do whatever we can to help find Angof and determine his motives. All of Daggerfall stands behind our hero.
It would seem that the captain's concern for me was well-founded. You saved me from this assassin's blade, as well as from my own foolishness this day. Indeed. The body on my floor proves that. Who was this man who came to kill me? What did he want? Angof? I've heard this name whispered by my agents. The Royal Spy Master reports of unrest across my kingdom, stirred into a froth by this Angof. But that's all we know. Creating chaos is a method, not a goal. It's a means, not an end. There's more going on here than chaos for its own sake. We must get to the bottom of this. Oh yes, my friend. I hereby grant you special dispensation to investigate the villain Angof in my name. But you must keep this quiet, for we don't want to tip our hand. I shall never forget your service this day, however.
Why has the forest turned against this place? The spirit of the Weird weeps, for something drives her children mad. I fear for the innocents in this village. Something has enraged the forest. We tried to speak to the woods, to calm it, but it refuses to listen. Never before has nature refused to hear us. I fear that the land around us is dying. Our purpose now is just to get these people out of here. My sisters and I can figure everything else out later. I can construct a ward to protect the villagers, but my oath prevents me from harming these creatures. I'm at a loss.
A focus is required for the ritual to work. This torch bug, born from the soil and sap of the Weird Tree, will seek out untainted earth. Let's hope the corruption hasn't spoiled the entire area.
The Weird Tree, the spirit that gives life to this land. My sisters and I are Beldama Weird. We serve the Weird Tree. We came here to discover why anger infests this part of the forest. No, and that worries me. The forest no longer speaks to us. We sensed that something was wrong, and that's why we came here. But beyond that, we are at a loss as to how to make things right. Let this torch bug fly where it will. Let it guide you to the essence of Aetherius. It will find the soil that is most pure and draw out what I need for my focus.
You aren't one of the villagers. Who are you to nonchalantly walk through flames and forest? You smell of the city of stone. Have you come to cleave our forest? Rip up our soil? Haven't the spirits already been enraged enough by your kind? So you say. My sisters and I serve the Beldama Weird. We have a duty to uphold. You? I don't know your true intentions. Still, we could use the help of someone who isn't quite as attached to the forest as we are. You might prove useful after all. My sister Olina is still out there, probably trapped somewhere between the fires and the enraged forest creatures. The fires burn, our sister is missing, and the villagers are dying. Something needs to be done. Get everyone back here and we can keep them safe. For a while. In the meantime, we'll work on what to do next. And make sure you put those fires out. This building won't provide much protection if it burns to the ground. We are the Witches of the Weird. We serve the Weird Tree and the forest as our home. If this was Breton against Breton, we would not get involved. But something unnatural caused this. The forest has been wounded, and that concerns the Beldama Weird. We stand apart, but we aren't heartless. No one deserves to die for something they haven't done. Isn't it obvious? The people of the City of Stone caused this. They have no regard for the natural world. Nature only bends so far before it begins to suffer. Then it reasserts itself. Nature always prevails. That's why the vines appeared. The vines. They started appearing weeks ago, bursting through the soil and spreading throughout Glenumbra. We've never seen such vines before, and even the Weird Tree was engulfed by the strange growths. Whatever's happening, no one is safe.
No more! Mura will not stand for it! You won't hurt any more of Mura's friends! Oh. These creatures show up in the night, try to take everything from Mura. This one has worked hard to make friends, find people who would accept her. Mura will not allow these beasts to kill her friends. Do you speak the truth? Mura thought everyone was dead. Now you tell me good news, and hope fills this one's heart. Mura has heard tales of the witches who roam the west. Some good, some bad. This one will not turn down help, though, yes? Mura will find her way back to the mill. Just let one of those creatures get in this one's way.
I thought I was the last one left out here. Well, get up here and fight beside me. Today is a glorious day to die. Every last one of the damn things that got too close. A Nord never gives up, and a Nord never backs down from a fight. I'll keep fighting and swinging my axe until my arm falls off. And then I'll find a way to fight some more. I'm not afraid to die, stranger. But I might as well do it while defending the village. Thanks for the help. I look forward to fighting at your side back at the...
Did my sisters send you to aid us?
The Mother Spirits guide us. I tried so hard, but I wasn't able to save more than this single villager. I'll make sure we both get back to the mill.
No! My beautiful daughter! Please say something! You have to be all right. You have to be.
We have to go. We can't stay here any longer. Your daughter's gone.
We can't just leave her here like this. I have to say goodbye. Wait, what are you doing? What's happening?
I don't want to die out here. You've got to help me! Injured? Injured? What does that matter? Everyone's dead! I think I'm the only one left. Survivors. I'm not all alone? Oh, thank the eight. I have to get to the mill and see who else is still alive.
It's, good you got here when you did. You were much more, merciful than I was about to be to those creatures. Ha! Better than those Sims after I get through with them. Assuming you didn't kill them already. You did. Kill them all, I mean, didn't you? The mill, of course. Well, if I do run into any hostile creatures along the way, they'll regret the day they decided to invade our village.
I mourn the creatures you were forced to kill. They usually aren't so aggressive. May the essence of Aetherius protect us all. Now please, stand back. I must perform the ritual of wording. Oh, I hope this works. There. I think that's done it. Come with me. Good. It worked. That's a perfectly fine ward, if I do say so myself. That ward will buy us some time. Now we have to figure out what to do next. Agreed. The mill is safe for now, but we need to get the villagers out of here. My sister Johanna has a plan to help the villagers, but we need your assistance. If you're willing to help us, please talk to her. The Weird Tree, the spirit that gives life to this land. My sisters and I are Beldama Weird. We serve the Weird Tree. We came here to discover why anger infests this part of the forest. No, and that worries me. The forest no longer speaks to us. We sensed that something was wrong, and that's why we came here. But beyond that, we are at a loss as to how to make things right.
Perhaps I was too quick to pass judgment on you. These people, including my sister Olina, owe you their lives. The remaining fires should burn out soon. You did what you could, but the forest's rage has ravaged this village. It's terrible, for sure. But a small part of me is thankful that these saws won't operate again. My sisters and I should be able to open a path to safety, but we'll need your help again to make this work. We can travel along the roots of the Weird Tree. That's how we were able to get here so quickly. But there's some kind of corruption in the soil, and now that path is blocked to us. The roots need to be nourished with pure energy. Nothing is more pure than life itself. We can use the life force of the creatures to nourish the roots of the Weird Tree. Kill one of the creatures near each root. Their life essences should provide the power we need to get the villagers out of here. Look for the roots of the weird around the mill. Remember that those creatures must give up their lives near the roots, or the roots won't absorb their life essences. Any creature you kill away from a root is a life extinguished for no reason. The Weird Tree sustains us. From its roots, we draw strength. From its leaves, we find comfort. Its roots stretch through all of Nirn, and thus its power touches everything. Isn't it obvious? The people of the City of Stone cause this. They have no regard for the natural world. Nature only bends so far before it begins to suffer. Then it reasserts itself. Nature always prevails. That's why the vines appeared. The vines. They started appearing weeks ago, bursting through the soil and spreading throughout Glenumbra. We've never seen such vines before, and even the Weird Tree was engulfed by the strange growths. Whatever's happening, no one is safe. We were able to get all the villagers through the portal. They're safe in our camp for now.
I should return to our camp and help protect the villagers. My sisters will continue to look into the madness that occurred here. Perhaps you could help them, if you have an interest. You have earned my respect, Stone Dweller. Thank you. Speak to Helene. There are still questions that require answers.
I didn't want to say anything with all these poor people around. They've already gone through so much. But after studying the situation, I think I know what's going on in the forest. The terrible magic that infects these creatures. I've heard stories, but I've never seen it used. Reach magic. I don't know how this happened. Even the Guardians of the Weird are silent. This is much worse than I originally imagined. Elemental spirits connected to the Weird Tree. They guide us in protecting the land. But if we cannot reach them, they cannot aid us. I must ask for your continued help in this. All of Glenumbra may be at risk if this blight continues to spread. You must meet with Rira Selena. She was the first to sense the disturbance and may know more about Reach magic. We have to find a way to stop this or the very earth around us will perish. Please, find my sister on the road north of this mill.
Please, we're dealing with serious matters here. The Guardians are in desperate need of our aid, and any interruption can have dire consequences. Oh, my apologies. You must be the stranger who helped my sisters at Dellen's Mill. I'm honored to meet you. I can't talk long. As you know, things are not well in our woods. The Guardians have gone silent, and this corruption spreads. They're elemental spirits. They used to guide us, but now, nothing. And just when we need them the most. There's an old rite to contact them that might work, but it's too dangerous for me or my sisters to perform. I don't know. You're not one of us. But we have to try something, I suppose. See the lurchers out there. Gather their limbs. That's the dangerous part. Then burn the limbs at the altar atop the nearby ruins. If it works, a guardian should appear. If you're able to speak to the elemental spirit, find me at the Vale of the Guardians. It's north of this location. I'll wait for you there. And please hurry. We need the wisdom and guidance of the Guardians now more than ever. If you must know, the Guardians are the Elnafey. They've been a part of the land since the dawn of Tamriel. The Guardians have been with us since we first found the Weird Tree. They protect the land and guide us in our duties. They are abominations of the Bloodthorns. The Lurchers were Spriggans once, until the cultists twisted and corrupted them. That's what the Bloodthorns do. We must stop them.
Greetings, child. We have been waiting for someone to summon us. Angoff the Gravesinger has imprisoned us, and we are cut off from the Weird. You must set the Guardians free. Have mortals so soon forgotten the old ways? Surely the Weirises remember the Standing Stones. First, the stones must be cleansed of Angoff's dark influence. Protect the Weird while they destroy the corruption binding the stones. No, but cleansing the stones should loosen Angoff's grip. Tell Weiris Elena about the corruption. She will know what must be done. Our time grows short, mortal. Free us before Angoff's corruption takes hold. We are the echoes of old voices, remnants of a time long ago. Still, a few of us remain. We were the Ifrei, then we became the Elnafey. The Earthbones. We nurture the land and guide the Weird. They call us Guardians. They are a pestilence. They serve the corruption that binds us, the one called Angoff the Gravesinger. The cult spreads his decay, planting his blighted seeds to pollute the natural world. They prepare a path for Angoff's true master, Molag Bal. He is a tremor in the land, a poison in the water. He is a whisper, a shadow, a chill wind. He is Gravesinger and Reach Mage, Necromancer and Corruptor. Death and decay are his domains. Angoff binds us and seeks to make us part of him. Far from here, where the earth and sky grow cold, lies the chill of the Reach. Daedra worshippers live there, mocking the Aedra, the Elnafey. They call themselves Reachmen, and their mages pollute the land with dark magic. Gravesingers are necromancers that seek power over life and death. They seek to control the realms we would nurture and protect. They call upon the Daedra, who hide in darkness, to aid them in their efforts.
I heard a whisper echo through the forest. Was it the Guardians? Did they talk to you? Imprisoned? Our enemy is that powerful. We will do whatever we can to help. The Guardians must be set free. What must we do? Without the aid of the Guardians, we can't regain control of our Weird Tree. 4 of my sisters have gone north to cleanse the stones, but they need protection. Corrupted creatures attack them before they can destroy the foul vines that choke the stones. You must go and help them. Of course! The Standing Stones! I should have realized! Take my amulet and protect the Weird. When they're done, weaken a Lurcher and use the amulet to control it. Bring the controlled lurcher to the standing stones on the hill. We'll do the rest. Meet us at the ritual site, and don't forget the lurcher.
See these vines? Corruption runs through them and they choke the sacred stone. Soon, they will tap into the stone's magic and defile it completely. If you will help me, I can destroy these foul vines. Your confidence is inspiring. Thanks for that. Now prepare yourself. The vine's protectors will be on us as soon as I cast my spell. Time. Finally gone. I need a minute to catch my breath, and then I'll meet you at the ritual site.
Where Selena told me you would come. I hope this works. Please don't let anything happen to me while I destroy these vines. You know, when you say it like that, I almost believe it. Let's do this thing. I'm not done yet. You've destroyed it. Give me a minute and I'll meet you at the ritual site.
Corruption radiates from this thing. I can feel it worming into my soul. The corruption spreads outward, altering or killing all the forest creatures. We have to destroy it. Then keep me safe while I destroy this damn thing. Almost finished. Keep them off a little longer. It's destroyed. I'll meet you at the ritual site once I've rested for a minute.
I loathe these vines. They reek of death and corruption. But every time I try to deal with them, I'm attacked by cultists or corrupted creatures. I wish I had your confidence. I mean, I know what to do. And now you're here, right? Oh, what am I so worried about? Consider those damn vines destroyed! Faster! Be ready for another attack!
We've done
breath and I'll head to the ritual site.
By my blood, the corruption is washed away.
The sacrifice has made this holy place pure again. We can begin the ritual whenever you are ready. That poor Spriggan spirit is finally free. It is a lurcher no more. Through its blood, we have cleansed this site. Everything is ready. I agree. They've been imprisoned for much too long. Beldama, sisters, focus your power on the stranger. It's time to break Angolf's hold on the Guardians.
At last, the chains of corruption fall away. We are free of Angolf's hold.
Angolf will pay for this insult.
Speak, champion of the Guardians. We are in your debt. We are free. This is how it should be. We are Earth's bones. We endure. We knew someone would come to set us free. We just didn't know when it would happen, or who it would be. It seems right that you were the one. You are mortal, but also not mortal. Angolf has much to fear from you. Angolf's evil flows deeper than the wellspring of this land. This must end quickly. There is more work for you, champion. Go to the Weird Tree and find Weiris Gwen. We protected her from Angolf's slaves, but she cannot save the Weird Tree. That task belongs to another. Go, and learn what must be done.
What? Who? Damn it all! The last person who snuck up on me got a sword in the gut for their trouble. Sorry. Old habit. I was in the guard before joining the Weird. Damned bloodthorns have taken our Weird Tree. I've never seen magic like this. I don't know what you can do, but if Elena sent you, your help is welcome. Have a look around if you must, but we need to act soon. The Bloodthorn cultists stole our portal stones. I swore off violence when I left the guard, but killing cultists might be the only way to recover the portal stones. We need those stones to get into our enclave without being seen. Recover the stones and activate them inside the huts so my sisters can join you. I still have my stone. Here, set it by the entrance to the Weird Tree and I'll step through to meet you.
You opened the portal on the perfect spot. Now we can get to work. The time has come to reclaim the Weird Tree.
You placed my stone well. I should be protected this close to the tree. We need to summon the Guardians. With their power, we can cleanse this place of Angolf's foul influence. Angolf's cursed vines prevent the Guardians from getting anywhere near the Weird Tree. Find the vines that grow within the circles of weird blossoms and destroy them. That should allow the Guardians to appear before you.
Retribution must be swift. Angolf will pay for his insolence. The Weird Tree must continue to reach for the sky. You must destroy the corruption of air. Heed my warnings and you will survive the vile creature's onslaught. When I call, come to me. My power shall protect you.
These stones belong to Angolf now.
The winds of battle turn against you. Come here and I shall protect you. and I shall protect you. The winds of battle turn against you. Come here and I shall protect you.
It is defeated.
The earth weakens. Angof's poison corrupts it. Together we will crush this vile manifestation. Good. I cannot harm this corruption of the earth, but I can protect you from its attacks. Listen to my warnings, and you will prevail. I shall tell you when to return to my side. If you are close, I can shield you from the spirit's attacks.
These stones belong to Angof now.
The spirit casts a spell that should shake the very ground beneath you. To my side, now! It is defeated.
This pollution is almost too much for me to bear. Help us restore balance to the Weird Tree. Destroy the corrupting spirit, and then we can cleanse this place. Listen to my words. I shall offer what aid I can. Stay close, and let my power flow over you.
These stones belong to Angof now.
The tide of battle turns. To my... It is defeated.
I can feel the oppressive weight of Angof's corruption lifting. I sense the gratitude of the Guardians, but I also sense fear. Angof's vermin are afraid. You did well, and I'm happy to stand at your side. Now we finally have a chance against Angof and putting an end to his unholy corruption. There's one more challenge we have to face, though. Angof's last wraith nests within the tree. It won't be banished very easily, but the Guardians promise to help you. When you're ready, enter the tree and expel the foul spirit.
Destroy this foulness! Set the Weird Tree free!
The witch's puppet has come. Time to end your interference once and
The spirit casts a spell that shall shake the very ground beneath you. To my side, now!
The winds of battle turn against you. Come here and I shall protect you.
Fool, you may have destroyed one of my slaves, but I have so many more.
It's so beautiful. Do you see? Things have already changed. The Weird Tree has been restored. Thank the Guardians that you did. We were losing this battle, but now things are different. And you, a stranger. It's a wonder you risked your life for us. There's no end to the surprises this world has to offer. I served in the Lion Guard before coming to the Weird, so I know more about the world. I think it's time my sisters stopped hiding. We could benefit from more outside contact. If there are no more attacks, the tree will be fine. A hunter, Gloria Fausta, came looking for help while you were inside the tree. I'm ashamed to say we turned her away. We couldn't divert our attention when the outcome of your battle was still unclear. Aldcroft. She said werewolves captured Camlorn and the Duke had fled. We weren't able to aid her, but perhaps you can. Chamberlain Weller and Aldcroft would know more.
What is it? I'm afraid we've got a bit of an emergency at the moment. I don't know anyone who goes by that name, I'm afraid. Our Duke was kidnapped. Perhaps she was taken along with him. I certainly wouldn't put it past those Bloodthorn bastards.
We have a bit of a situation with Duke Sebastian of Camlorn. Perhaps you'd be willing to help extract the Duke from a rather precarious situation.
Our bumbling town watch allowed the Duke to get kidnapped, that's what happened. Please, you look like you can handle yourself. Surely someone with your talents can help us. The damn Bloodthorn cult. With Camlorn in chaos and the Duke out of action, who knows what the cult intends? At least the Lion Guard finally arrived. Speak to Lieutenant Harim if you want to help. Last I heard, he was near the lighthouse.
Did you hear that the Duke...
Lieutenant Harim was scouting near the lighthouse. Maybe he's figured out where the Bloodthorns are holding the Duke by now. Why, His Grace is the Duke of Camlorn. What else is there to say? He loves his people and they love him. He was driven out of Camlorn by Falchu and his werewolves. Now he reigns in exile from Aldcroft. Well, at least he did before the kidnapping. I could guess. With most of our force besieging Camlorn, we're stretched thin, and frankly, the local watch isn't much use. With the Duke gone, the enemy can take Aldcroft. Then they hit our troops at Camlorn from the rear, but I'm just guessing. Falchu's a terrible brute. He leads the werewolves that invaded Camlorn and forced the rightful rulers to flee for their lives.
Watch yourself. This place is thick with Bloodthorn cultists. I could use a seasoned warrior. There's no point relying on the local watch. They're simply not up to the job. The Duke's in the lighthouse guarded by Bloodthorns. I was waiting for reinforcements to arrive before making a move. You're a bold one. Very well. When the reinforcements get here, we'll make sure none of the cultists slip away. And if your plan doesn't work, we'll drink a toast to your memory later in the tavern. We were sent to provide more security for the Duke and to keep something like this from happening. It's too bad we didn't arrive sooner. The local watch just wasn't prepared to deal with the Bloodthorns.
You don't look like a Bloodthorn cultist. I assume this is a rescue attempt. Divines be praised. The cultists trapped me with these focus crystals. I'm a bit of a mage myself, but I'm powerless inside this ward. I'm free. Now to get out of here. But there's one more thing. Thanks, friend. But I'm not the cult's only prisoner. I overheard the cultists talking. They have a prisoner who's a threat to the werewolf leader Falchu. They plan to execute her. If she really is a threat, then it seems crucial that we rescue her. Very good. I'll return to Aldcroft. Meet me there after you rescue this mysterious woman.
Thanks again for your help with the Bloodthorn. It was careless of me to get captured. Now, shall we straighten out this gloomy town of Aldcroft? What of it? Don't you have some werewolves to go find? Fair enough. All right, here's the dark truth. I'm related to Falchu. He's my ancestor. Every day, my family and I live with the shame of the horrors he inflicted on the world. And now he's back. So I hunt werewolves, and I kill them.
I was so worried about Father. How brave you were to rush in there and save him.
Here I am, safe and sound back in Aldcroft. I have you to thank for that. Yes, And I share her concerns about both Camlorn and Aldcroft. We must deal with these werewolves once and for all. In fact, I hope to involve you in that. Gloria suspects Falchu's agents are here among us, even now. Indeed, they hide in human form. It's exactly what they did in Camlorn before they struck. We need to find and destroy them before Aldcroft suffers the same fate as poor Camlorn. Gloria says this amulet can be used to reveal the hidden werewolves. I'm sure she can tell you more about it.
I know why you're here, but where I got that amulet is a discussion for another time. Just be careful. The werewolves won't appreciate having their secrets revealed. I'm no expert, but Hircine is the Daedric prince of man-beasts. The amulet bears the call of Hircine. Werewolves can't resist its call. It forces them to reveal their true nature. Pretty useful, right? Don't you know anything? Hircine, the creator and guardian of all were-creatures? Hircine's call. Well, it calls to their true nature. Reveals them for the beasts they really are.
I don't... For fight. For victory.
What's happening to me? I'll chew on your bones and gulp your blood.
Are they here? Are Falchu's cursed offspring here in Aldcroft? So Gloria was right. I suppose I should have known. At least we'll be better prepared this time. And it seems I'm once again in your debt. At least now I know what we're facing. Meanwhile, Gloria has discovered something important about how Falchu came to power. Gloria says that Falchu was summoned back from the dead. If that could happen once, how can we hope to stop this villain? Anyway, to learn more, Gloria needs a live werewolf. Can you capture one for her? Talk to Sergeant Armoyle. His soldiers faced werewolves in Camlorn, and they captured one of the beasts. He can advise you. Then meet Gloria in the cave to the east across the bay. That's where she'll perform the rite to learn how to defeat Falchu.
As soon as you catch a werewolf, meet me in the cave across the bay. I hate to miss the fun of the hunt, but I have to prepare the cave for our reluctant guest. Falchu died a long, long time ago. He was summoned back from the dead. I want to find out who to blame for that. You can read the history of a werewolf's sire from the blood of his offspring. That's why we need to capture a werewolf. If that was a joke, I don't think it was very funny. Go capture me a werewolf. I got things to do.
I'm tired of defending this backwater. There's work to be done in Camlorn and... Oh, sorry. I thought you were one of my soldiers. Ah, right. That's not what I expected to hear. We did capture a werewolf at Camlorn. For a little while, anyway. My battle mage Lexi did it. She should be able to help you. Lexi, front and center, if you please.
Right. So here's how we capture a werewolf. You fight the beast and keep it busy. Meanwhile, I cast the spell that entraps it. Just do your part and leave the magic to me. I'm an expert.
It worked! By Julianos, it worked!
Well, that should hold the ugly cur.
Take the werewolf to the cave. I'll tell Sergeant Armoyle it worked. You caught one. Good. Let's get him into the circle. I'll create a link between the three of us. We'll be able to see into the werewolf's past, and hopefully into Falchu's past as well. The connection between offspring and sire is strong.
the legendary werewolf lord shall fulfill Molag Bol's true purpose. Arise, minion! Arise from the dead.
I serve no one, Reachman!
Serve or suffer, cur. I have bound you to my will. Glenumbra's destruction is your only goal.
Today I submit to you, Angolf. But one day soon, I will rip out your heart and eat it whole.
Empty boasts from Molag Bol's newest slave. Come, Falchu. We have business to attend to.
So, it was Angolf. I thought I smelled the stench of true evil. You saw what I saw. In order to stop Falchu for good, we need to put an end to Angolf. A tall order, but it's not impossible. Wait. The werewolf apparently has something to say.
Fools. Your Duke has been blessed with Hircine's curse. He will destroy everything he loves. You have failed. Angolf has sealed your fate.
The Duke was infected? I was afraid of that, but I hoped I was wrong. I've been keeping an eye on him in case the change came over him. Falchu has been ahead of me every step of the way. This failure falls on my head, but we can resolve this here and now. I need to die, and you need to take my blood. We're wasting time. I need to die so you can take my blood. If administered in time, the blood of the Master can cure his spawn. You know I'm Falchu's descendant. If the Duke drinks my blood, he'll be cured of the curse. Damn it! I hope your noble attitude doesn't get everyone else killed. All right. I guess I'll stay alive long enough to see this through. Let's go before it's too late. I'll meet you in Aldcroft.
I'm sorry. I should have told you. I thought I could fight it off. I was wrong. Yes, I quite understand. I ask but one favor. Let me say farewell to my wife and daughter. They're just inside. It will only take a moment. Then you can do what you must. Delicious. Thank you.
What are you doing? Get away from me!
He killed them, didn't he? By Stendar, that's one more score we need to settle with Falchu. It's my fault. I should have acted sooner. I shouldn't have waited for proof that the Duke had been cursed. Small comfort, that is. Chamberlain Weller and I will burn the Duke's body. In secret, of course. No one needs to know what happened here. This was bad business. Let's bring it to an end. So, the Duke of Camlorn is dead. Restoring his city won't be easy now. Falchu's already been brought back to life once. We need to make sure that can't happen again. The Duke had Mages Guild researchers working on that problem. They're trying to find out how Falchu originally died. If you want to help, they're at Glenumbra Moors, the battle site where Falchu died the first time.
A messenger? From Aldcroft, by any chance? What news from there? We heard reports that Camlorn refugees had inundated the town. That's good. Losing Camlorn was bad enough. Meanwhile, we've made significant progress here. Our research is finally beginning to yield results. The ghosts of the Alessian army still haunt this place. It's been an age since the Battle of Glenumbra wars raged here, yet the spirits linger. Falchu, the beast that ravages Camlorn, he fought and died here. We want to know what happened all those years ago. Then we can kill him again. Sarvith, our master of Incunabula, hopes to evoke a vision that shows us the events surrounding Falchu's death. We're collecting the most powerful historic artifacts to use as focus objects. The spirits are making the task difficult, however. The generals of the Alessian army played a vital part in the Battle of the Glenumbra Moors. Their weapons, if still intact, would suffice, I think. If you manage to get your hands on the weapons, find Sarvith. He knows what to do from there. Falchu wasn't called the Invincible General for nothing. You can cut him, bash him, fill him full of arrows. He just keeps coming. We must discover how they stopped him and ended this ancient war. I could tell you the basic story, but if you want a deeper understanding, you need to ask our lore master, Dalina. She's up on the tower observing the movement of the spirits.
It's true. Falchu is tall as a tree, with claws like great swords.
Yes, yes, and he breathed fire and ate warriors, armor and all. I've heard it all before.
Bagroon here claims that the threat Falchu poses has been greatly exaggerated. Poor fool wouldn't know a moth from a mammoth. Ah, the focus objects. These will do very nicely. Let me just, I don't think that was supposed to come off. Well, these swords are pretty beat up. I'm sure we'll still have plenty of material for the ritual, though. If all goes well, we'll be able to peer into the past. Hopefully see what happened to Falchu. Find out how the Durenis were able to defeat the Alessians so long ago. And if something goes wrong, well, then we shall see what we shall see. Of course, we'll be using the amalgamated essence of the past, focused with these ancient weapons, to open a sort of window into history. Follow me. Now we may finally learn how Falchu was defeated.
And maybe we'll find out how tall the Horker really was.
Listen to me. You must listen.
Giuliano's little teapot! We did it, I think. The spell worked better than I anticipated. We didn't just create a window into the past, we opened a door. The very air ripples with temporal disturbance. Somewhere nearby, a door into history stands open. All we need to do is step through it. A fragment from the past, I think. Something that was pulled forward with the spell. Let's hope that was all he pulled forward. Someone brave and rash enough has to actually step through the door we opened. I'm too valuable to get lost in the past, and Bagroon would probably change history with all his usual bumbling about. Ask Grala what she thinks we should do.
We heard a scream, and then ripples of magical distortion started to sweep across the battlefield. What happened? They were supposed to cast a simple divination spell, nothing more. Sarvith wasn't supposed to open any doorways. I don't like this. Time magic shouldn't be meddled with. But what's done is done. Maybe one of those ripples has the answers we seek. Examine the ripples. See if there really is a doorway of some kind out there. And keep an eye out for anything else out of the ordinary. Who knows what they may have pulled out of the past.
You seek to see into the past. I can guide you. I can show you how Fal Chu met his death. If Fal Chu has risen, then he must die again. Go to the crypt. I'll meet you there and show you how to discover the secret you seek. Remember this place. It all started here on the day of the final battle. We gave up everything to kill Fal Chu. I'll be damned if I just let him come back to life and curse the world again. I'm here because the one I loved gave up everything that day to save his people. You seek answers. I'm here to help you find them, and hopefully avoid the tragedy that occurred on that long ago day. This armor is your key to the past. It belonged to my beloved, and was buried in this place of honor. It was my beloved's hand that cut Fal Chu down. You'll relive the last moments of the battle. You'll take the place of my beloved, experience the fall of Fal Chu as it happened. But be careful. You can affect events. Whatever you do may have untold consequences. You won't just see a vision of the past, you'll live through it. What you do may change the destiny of those around you. This is a terrible burden to carry, but it's the only way to get the information you seek. When you're ready, put on the armor. Oh, this armor brings back such memories. Now get dressed. There's much to see, and the connection to the past won't last long. When Fal Chu dies, the armor will eject you from the past. You'll return unharmed to the here and now. Yes, that's what will happen. I'm sure of it. It was a violent, bloody time. The Alessians were on a holy crusade to purge every Mer who occupied this land and called it home. They destroyed anything with even the smallest connection to magic. Would you stand by while those who didn't deserve to die were judged by religious zealots? Unless I strongly misjudged you, I think not. We did what was right, and we would do it again, which is why I'm here. Wise, kind, courageous. Everything one could want from a constant companion. But you'll see soon enough. I only hope that what you learn will help you in the present situation. There you are, my love. I was starting to worry about you. Why do you linger, my love? Commander Parmian rallies the troops for the final assault. You're his best officer and our noblest knight. You should be at his side for this moment. Did that blow to your head rattle your senses? We're on the verge of turning the tide, and we'll launch the strike against Fal Chu's headquarters soon. Come, my love. We have work to do. The Alessian orders, of course. They're crucial. We captured the messenger, but not before he handed the orders off. We need to search enemy soldiers until we can retrieve them. We can't have the Alessians surprise us when we're this close to victory. Do what you have to do and find those orders. Then find me at camp. We need to talk.
About time you returned. There you are, my knight. Did you recover the orders? Excellent. You're a credit to the Dureni Guard. Now we can prepare a proper counterattack to the upcoming Alessian assault. They won't know what hit them. You should show these to the Iliad King.
He just arrived and is eager to get involved. Yes, he surprised us all. We weren't expecting the last king of a dying people to show up on the field of battle. But he's a brilliant tactician and his advice can only help. Meanwhile, we'll send Alana's unit to put an end to Falchu. What nonsense! Alana can handle it. If these orders are any indication, I need you to lead our defenses. But speak to Alana before she goes, if you like. Just make it quick, and don't forget to talk to the king.
I know you wanted to go after Falchu, but you'll see plenty of action defending the camp. I appreciate your concern, my love, but orders are orders. If either of us fails, this entire battle could be lost. But have no fear. I'll make sure we never have to worry about Falchu again. How? He's just a man, my love. I'll stick my sword in him a few times until he drops. Then I'll stab him again. I'll be back in no time, carrying his head high as a trophy. I can't think of a better gift to celebrate our new family. Later, my love. I'll tell you all about it after the battle. No need to distract you right now. It's nothing but good news, though, I promise. I love you, you know. Now go.
A Breton fighting for the Dareni. Somewhat surprising, though not unheard of, considering the current circumstances. Wait a moment. That armor. I've heard stories about you. They say you fight as if Auriel himself blessed you. The situation unfolding upon the battlefield is telling enough. These orders only confirm my suspicions. The Alessians plan to slip past your defenses to, how do they put it, catch the Dareni with their trousers down. What a curious phrase. Use the Dareni magic of your armor to spot the covert Shadow Scouts before they can do any significant damage. Then dispatch them with extreme prejudice. Simple enough, really. But I'm actually very curious about you. These old Ayleid eyes see many things. Everyone in this yard, for example, radiates an aura of life force. But not you. Your aura's missing. I can't tell if you're not truly alive, or you just don't belong. I've never seen magic like this before. Honesty. A most redeeming quality. But we will have to speak of this later, when matters are less pressing. Right now, we have a battle to win. I appreciate your report.
We make our final stand here. The Alessians are rabble and their numbers mean nothing. This land is ours and we intend to keep it. Today, Falchu and the Alessians meet their end at our hands. Today we celebrate our victory.
There were too many of them. They tore us apart. Captain, I have bad news. Commander Parmian is dead. Commander Parmian decided to accompany us, but it was a trap. We expected to find Falchu and his officers, but there was a whole platoon waiting for us. We couldn't stop them. The commander fought bravely, but they cut him down and took Alana. I'm afraid there isn't much time. We expect Falchu to launch a full-scale assault at any moment. It's a tough choice. I think there are enough of us left alive to go after Falchu, but we also need to rescue Alana. I don't know. What are your orders, Captain? This isn't an easy choice, I know. I don't envy you. But whatever you decide, we're with you. Very well, Captain. I'll send one of our soldiers with you. She'll meet you inside.
Put those damn fires out. It's time to wipe out all traces of those Dareni. I will tear you to pieces. You're nothing before me.
Use the fire! Falchu's afraid of the flames!
No! Not fire! like this!
Return to your time. You learn that Falchu's weakness is fire. Use that knowledge well. Now enter the nearby portal. It will take you home.
Ha! It worked! I knew it! Into the past and back again! Are you alright? The ancient armor, it drew you into the past, but we knew it was temporary. You belong here, my friend. Fire! Of course! That makes all kinds of sense! Quickly, report your findings to Grala. She needs to hear what you've learned.
You're back, and you're safe. Thank the Divines. I was afraid we lost you. According to the legends, when the Nameless Soldier killed Falchu, the armor shattered. The Nameless Soldier died. I was afraid history would repeat itself. She was killed, but her sacrifice was worth it, both in the past and in the present. If you discovered Falchu's weakness, then Alana's death wasn't in vain. Fire! Of course! That makes perfect sense. The beast can't stand against its purifying flame. With your help, we will set Camlorn free and destroy Falchu once and for all. Now we know Falchu's weakness. We must share this knowledge with Camlorn. I just hope there's still time to save the city. If you go north, you should be able to catch up with the Lion Guard forces. Find an officer and tell him what we learned. Knowing Falchu's weakness might make all the difference.
First we lost Camlorn. Then they turned back our offensive. If we can't retake this camp, Falchu's beaten us. Nothing else matters until this is resolved.
Another wild theory. That's the third one today. Just don't get in the way. We've got enough trouble as it is.
If you can fight, and you know the difference between a Breton's head and a werewolf's arse, we can use your help. We need to cut through the werewolves and link up with our troops on the other side of the camp. Good. Help Shazar clear a path, and fight your way to General Mandan at the Western Gate. We'll rally the troops there and turn the tide of the war. For a little while, anyway. Work with Shazar to cut a gap through those werewolves. We'll follow and take back what's ours. If you get through, report to General Mandan. I'd love to hear your theories, but it won't mean anything if we don't take this camp back first. We need to be able to reach Falchu to actually defeat him. Let's talk after the siege camp is once again under our control.
I won't just stand here and watch our people die. Get General Gautier to give the order. My axe thirsts to taste werewolf blood. Ah, you sweet-tongued devil. That's what I like to hear. Follow me. Make the werewolves pay! Lion Guard, hold your ground! We made it. Get in there and find General Mandan. I'll signal the others to move in.
These cursed werewolves. How in oblivion did you get in here? Gautier's retaken the camp? You must have led quite a charge. Tell him I have almost a full company of soldiers in here, and we're ready to fight.
The camp is ours again. I've never seen anyone fight like you. It was inspirational. Did you reach General Mandan? Good. Now for our battle plan. We need to take and hold the city courtyard, just inside the main gate. And we could use your help. We can't hold the courtyard unless someone locks the inner gate. That'll keep werewolf reinforcements from reaching us. I need you to get into the northwest tower and lock that gate. We made it in, thanks to you. With the gate locked, we should be able to hold this position. You're looking at them. We're all that's left. We can hold this position, but we don't have enough troops remaining to make a full assault on the city. We're bringing in more troops, but that will take time. Until then, we hold this position. We never would have gotten this far without your help. We sent word to Aldcroft for reinforcements. I'll take anything they can send my way. Now, if I could only reach my son. My son Darien serves as captain of the Camlorn Guard. We've heard that there's still a contingent of guards operating within Camlorn, and Darien is among them. If we could reach them, our chances of retaking the city improve dramatically. Darien carries the master key to the city gates. With that key, we can open both the central and eastern gates at the same time. That would allow us to attack the werewolves from 2 directions.
If we retake Camlorn today, it will be because of you. But keep your wits about you. It's not over yet. If Darien's still alive, his friend Alanon will be with him. Alanon can be difficult to deal with, but he's the best alchemist I know. He's working on a way to cure the victims of Falchu's lycanthropy. With a few final ingredients, yes. My aides have gathered most of what he needs. Bring him these items, along with some fresh blood from Falchu's werewolves. Then, Alanon should be able to finish his cure.
What brings you to our pleasant little city? The war? The blood? The thrice-damned werewolves? That's the first good news I've heard today. But if you're here to take me to my father, you can get that thought right out of your head. There are beautiful women in Camlorn that still need to be rescued. In all seriousness, I'm not doing anything before we find a safe refuge for the civilians hiding in the surrounding buildings. The inn nearby should be defensible enough, and it's full of supplies. There's just one catch. The inn's locked up tight and the innkeeper was killed trying to reach us. Get the key from the body and enter the inn, then shine a signal light. I'll rally the civilians and get them to safety. We'll talk about my key after that. When the werewolves attacked, the damn bloodthorns appeared inside the city. It was as if they'd been here all along. I think they even opened the gates for the werewolves. They had a plan, and they executed it perfectly. If they didn't start out that way, that's certainly the case now. A marriage made in oblivion, to be sure, but effective nevertheless.
Are you injured? No? Then stop bothering me. Now don't ask me to guarantee that this antidote will work. Falchu's spawn are unusually resilient. In a church? Certainly not. But I could do it at the inn. That's Darien's plan, to get us to the inn. Then we'll see about crafting an antidote for this terrible affliction.
Get the injured inside. Anyone who can still stand, guard the doors.
Darien talks of nothing but wine and women. But behind his bluster, he's a better tactician than his father. Though that's not saying much. What do you think I've been doing here? Making soup? Here it is. Go beat up on some werewolves until they're weakened, then douse them with this. If the cure works, they'll revert to human form. Then send them back here.
And here we are at the inn, all safe and sound, more or less. We saw the light and followed you inside. Not quite yet. We need weapons and armor to help protect these civilians. There are caches of Camlorn guard supplies hidden around the city. Gather some, and we can arm more people.
The cure. Did it work? The real pity is I can't make more doses until we're out of here. Still, you were able to rescue a few of our citizens. Thanks.
Ah, the lovely clank of armor. Well done. When we get out of here, the first drink's on me. Now, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is I do indeed have the master key to the city gates. The bad news is your thrilling exploits have attracted Falchu's attention. You were too successful, my friend, and now Falchu is, pardon the pun, howling mad. A bold plan, especially for my father. If we time it right, it should work. But that doesn't change the fact that Falchu is hunting for us. Take one of these newly armed townsfolk with you. Have the civilian light the fires in the towers to signal my father. I'll take the rest of the civilians and my guards and unlock the gates. Oh no, you have something much more important to do. Once the fires are lit, you confront Falchu. Keep him busy long enough for our troops to take the city. I'll send aid as soon as I can. Now, don't be modest. You've more than proven yourself. Destiny beckons and you must answer its call. Say, that sounded rather good. I should write this stuff down. Oh, we can give you fire. At least we can once the Lion Guard archers arrive. Keep Falchu busy long enough, and you'll get all the fire you need.
Begone, Angoff! I did your bidding. The city is mine now!
You are still my creature, slave. I made you.
I devoured Camlorn. All of Glenumbra will be mine!
Vain creature. The Lion God stands at your door. You have failed.
They are weak, and I will crush them. Camlorn is mine!
You will see, beast. You will see.
Dare challenge me? Prepare to feel my wrath!
Watch it! There's your target! Ignite! Throw that! And release!
The fire shall not destroy me again!
You did it. You killed Falchu. Yes, my friend, but you turned the tide. We had all but lost the war before you came and showed us the way to victory. My son may know more than me on that matter. My only guess is that they sought to break the Lion Guard, divide our forces and destroy us. If not for your intervention, they very well may have succeeded. Yes. Throughout Glenumbra, the Lion Guard is spread thin, and without King Casimir's full support, I'm not sure if we'll be able to deal with it at all. Of course, if I had a few more like you, we might just have a chance. We rebuild. Of course, we still need to deal with Falchu's master, but tomorrow is another day, and we should relish this victory. Well, don't let me keep you. We both have things to do. And you should speak with my son.
I didn't know Gloria was involved in all this. She does make wading through werewolves look pretty good, though, don't you think? Maybe she and I can get together later, share a bottle of wine, find a quiet corner where we can compare notes. I wanted to thank you, personally. We might have been able to retake Camlorn eventually, but it wouldn't have been quick, and it certainly wouldn't have been pretty. You saved lives. And that's not something I'll soon forget. I'm resigning from the Camlorn Guard. They need builders now, not soldiers. Besides, that Angoff thing is still out there. Someone has to go deal with that. Unless, of course, you'd care to tempt me with a drink before I start my heroic journey. Well then, all the more reason for me to get out there and deal with this Angoff fellow once and for all. The werewolf slipped in on my watch. I need to make amends for that. I need to make sure Camlorn isn't threatened again. First one to reach Angoff buys the first bottle of wine. But in all sincerity, thanks for helping us. You really are an inspiration, and I should know, seeing as I'm pretty inspirational myself. Still hanging around, eh? Don't suppose you're reconsidering that drink? Ah, never mind. We both have things we need to do. I had a drink with him earlier today. Discussed our favorite foods, our love lives, his plans for world domination, that sort of thing. No, I have no idea where Angoff is. I will find him, though. That much I promise. A squad of Lion Guard soldiers headed north to track him down. There's been no word from them, but who knows what was lost in all this werewolf nonsense. That's as good a place as any to start. Maybe they found something.
Ah, a new recruit. If you're here to help, we could certainly make use of you. Aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all? We might be able to assist each other, but we have some other business to take care of first. We're dealing with a literal undead uprising. Our patrols sweep the wilds, while our primary wizard, Gabriel Benele, searches for a magical relic that will help. But I'm concerned. Some of our patrols haven't returned. The Lion Guard doesn't usually seek help outside its ranks, but these are desperate times. Do what you can to help any patrols you encounter. And if you run into Mage Benele, maybe you can help her out as well. Stendar bless you. I'll tell you what I can. In hindsight, I may have spread the patrols too thin. I sent them to patrol the grounds around the redoubt, to protect the Gaudet farm, and to guard the western ruins at Marovek's Folly. Wizard Benele is here on behalf of the Mages Guild. She claims there's a relic in the ruins that will help us defeat Angoff, but magic is so unpredictable. And, truth be told, Wizard Benele can be easily distracted. Oh, I'd love to, but there's some kind of barrier protecting the crypts at Cathpedro. Unless Wizard Benele can get us through that barrier, we can't get to Angoff, and the undead will just keep coming.
We have something important to discuss, but not here. It's not safe. Meet me at the Way Shrine near the Lion Guard redoubt. It's safer there.
Thank Kennereth I found you. You don't know how many people I have met have been torn apart by these cultists and their creatures.
I was with Wizard Benele at the nearby Marovek's Folly, looking for an important relic. When the undead attacked us, we were forced to retreat, but the mage swore she was close to finding something. She did some magic thing and vanished. She said that a nearby crypt contained a relic we needed to defeat Angoff. I would have remained by her side, but she just disappeared. I told Commander Ailes what happened, and he said I should find you and let you know. The crypt's got to be somewhere near the ruins of Marovek's Folly. She kept a journal that she was constantly writing in. I'm sure it contains the location of the crypt. Our camp is west of the redoubt. Her journal is probably still there. Wizard Benele is nice enough, but she's not very sensible. She barely looked up from her books and scrolls, even when the fighting got intense. Oh, she'd paused long enough to zap a zombie that wandered too close, but otherwise she was oblivious.
I hate meeting new people when I'm not at my best. Is my hair all right? Are my robes on straight? Commander Ailes? A good man, and a good soldier. But how did you find me? I did? I knew I left my journal somewhere. But I haven't told you the most exciting news. I found the Midnight Talisman. With it, we can punch a hole in Angoff's barrier at Cathpedro. We just need to recharge the beautiful little relic. Do you like the name? I thought it up myself. Sounds simply ominous, doesn't it? Anyhow, it's a Daedric relic used to manipulate Oblivion portals. If you know how, you can use the talisman to get past arcane barriers. And I know how. The talisman would be the key to defeating Angoff. If its power wasn't depleted. We need to recharge the talisman. Then we'll finally get our chance to deal with Angoff and take the battle to him. I have a ritual that can recharge the talisman and restore its power. There's an ancient weird site on the beach near here. We can use that as the focus for the ritual. I just need to rest for a bit. Then I can get myself there and still have enough power for the ritual. Here, take the talisman and head on down. I'll meet you there. You made it. No zombie bites or anything. I found an inscription in the crypt. It described the relic in remarkable detail. Apparently, the talisman can draw energy from the land itself. Ancient magic saturates this site. It's the perfect place to perform the ritual of recharging. I perform the ritual. You stand there and look heroic. Simple? Are you ready? Here goes nothing. It's done, but something's not right. That didn't seem right. The ritual worked, but something awful looked at me while I was channeling energy into the relic. I think there's something trapped inside the talisman. Whatever's inside the relic, it's certainly not friendly. We can try to dispel it using the weird revelation stone in the circle just up the beach. Put the talisman on the stone and kill whatever emerges. That will do the trick. Just getting down here tired me out more than it should have. I know you can handle whatever's inside the talisman. I'm pretty sure it's just a Banekin or a lesser scamp.
I see you, little mortal. I've guarded this talisman for untold centuries, and you hope to purge me from it? Never. I will personally send you back to Molag Bal.
Julianos, I was wrong about how powerful the thing in the talisman was. My apologies. Dremora? Oh, those are bad. Sorry. At least it's gone and we can use the talisman now. I have enough energy to open a portal for both of us to use. Are you ready to return to the redoubt?
I hear you taught the Reach Minstrel a bloody lesson.
This is it. All our work has led to this. We're ready to confront Angoff and destroy him. Thanks to you, he won't be able to hide from us now. I told Sir Lannis what happened out there. You should introduce yourself when you get a chance.
Over here, we have much to discuss. The great King Casimir sent us to stop Angoff. With the combined might of the dragons, the Lion Guard, and you, Angoff will surely fall. Well said. But we can't just rush after the villain. First off, Angoff's toxic mist protects the approach to Cath-Badro. It rises from his vines and sickens anyone who breathes it in. The wizard Benelay believes you might be immune to its effects. We have to chance it. We don't have any other options. A squad of dragons succumbed to the mist before they could retreat. Then that idiot Darien led a few Camlorn soldiers on an ill-conceived rescue mission, and they were overcome as well. I hope the soldiers still live. That mist is deadly. And that fool from Camlorn, what was he thinking? He charged right into the mist after them. They couldn't have gotten too far into the graveyard. The poison mist acts fast. Hopefully, they stay together. Once you get them out of there, we can plan our attack against Angoff. With the city liberated from Falchu, some of the Camlord Guard came up this way looking for a fight. A noble named Darien was acting as their leader. He seemed very angry with Angoff. Something about werewolves. Arcade blind me if I know. When the king mentioned your name, the dog perked up and stuck with us all the way from Daggerfall. Looks like he's happy to see you.
Angoff the Gravesinger is as good as dead. Or is he already dead? Or undead? Anyway, this is almost over.
Please, the people of Crosswich need help. Troubled times in Glenumbra, it seems. All I hear is bad news no matter where I turn. But the worst, as far as I'm concerned, is poor Crosswich. The damned Red Rooks are what happened. They're trying to turn our town into their base of operations. They took over the mine and threaten or kill anyone who gets in their way. Tamian Sellen is organizing a resistance to take back Crosswich. Perhaps, but these run-of-the-mill bandits are bleeding us dry. They're organized and dangerous. If you want to help, find Tamian Sellen at the inn. If you don't call attention to yourself, the Red Rooks will probably leave you alone.
Well, look who's here. I should have known you'd be making Angoff's life miserable. Camlorn wasn't enough for you, eh? Say, these mists are poisonous. Why aren't you affected? I wish I knew. I didn't think. I just rushed in to help the Dragon Knights. My guards started gasping and falling to the ground, just like the Knights. But not me. These are the only survivors. But I don't think they'll last much longer. The mist is thicker toward the gate. They won't survive passing through it again. But the mist doesn't seem to affect the necromancers. Those amulets must protect them. Kill a few, take their amulets, and give them to the knights. Better grab a couple of extras just in case anyone shows up while you're gone. I'll stay here and defend the knights from any wandering undead.
These soldiers won't last much longer, and I don't have enough magic to extend my ward to protect them. Darien told me about the amulets. Did you get them? With any luck, they'll work like the talisman you're carrying. Perfect. Thank you. I'll put them on the wounded knights, and Darien can lead them to safety. Do you have any more? I might be able to use them to clear the mist. If I merge them and cast an amplification spell, I can increase the size of my protection ward. If I can get to a central point and hold the spell long enough, our troops will be able to get in. You just need to defend me while I do it. Good. Meet me at the center of the graveyard. When Angoff notices what I'm doing, he's bound to send someone to stop me. If they interrupt me while I'm casting, the spell will fail, and that won't be good. Stay close. You have to keep them away from me until I complete the ritual. Inside before anything else tries to stop us. That takes care of the mist, but who knows for how long. Let's not waste this opportunity. The time to strike at Angoff has arrived. This next bit is critical. I've seen what you can do, so I know you're up to it. Besides, we'd never have made it this far if not for you. You won't be able to just walk into Angoff's parlor and challenge him to a duel. He has minions. His kind always has minions. But don't let that stop you. We've come too far not to try to finish this. I'll follow you as soon as the soldiers get here. Oh, even better. Take this binding stone. Find a secure location inside the catacombs and use it to call me to you. I'll even bring some of the soldiers with me. Some of the dead were protected by wards designed to prevent desecration. Look for a tomb with these wards and use the stone there. That should be safe enough for my purposes. Good. You found the perfect spot for... Wait, where are the others? Yes, Sir Lannis and his knights volunteered to come with me, but I only see Dame Alexine. There must have been too many of us for the Binding Stone. This isn't good. The other knights could have been scattered throughout the crypts. Good, but listen. There's only one way to get out of these crypts. You have to kill Angoff. I don't have any other way to deal with his various protections and defenses now that I'm down here. He dies, or we never leave. Those are our choices.
Tavern, I said. Meet me in a tavern. There's no ale down here. Just zombies and tentacles. And where are the serving wenches? You promised me serving wenches. Oh well, at least your timing is perfect. Dear Gabrielle's spell seems to have misfired. Luckily, a few of us were able to find each other. I also convinced the Bloodthorn cultist to tell me how to reach Angoff. I can be very persuasive when I put my mind to it. 3 locks protect Angoff's inner sanctum. I doubt that even you can get in there by simply knocking. You need 3 shard keys to open the locks. They're well guarded, so you're gonna have to kill a few things to get them. I wish I could aid you, but I'm needed here. Lannis is good with a sword, but I'm better. I'll protect the survivors. Let Lannis know if you run into anyone else. I don't know exactly, but the Bloodthorn cultist told me about the Guardians. Watch out for a summoned creature, an impassable trap, and a warrior spirit bound to Angoff's service. All I know is that Angoff drew on the collected power of his cultists to summon the creature. I hear that it's more plant than beast. And of course it's terrible to behold. Actually, I couldn't get anything out of the cultist about the trap. Sorry, you're on your own with that one. It seems that when Angoff first came to power, a certain knight took offense and tried to kill him. Angoff captured the knight's spirit and bound it to serve him. I understand he's extremely powerful and not at all happy about the situation.
Wizard Benelay said you'd gotten inside and were hunting Angoff. We wanted to help, but I hope we haven't done more harm than good. We met Wizard Benelay outside. She said you'd use a binding stone to call us. Then suddenly we were down here in the dark and surrounded by a horde of undead. The rest of the contingent must be somewhere nearby. My best guess? Deeper inside the catacombs. If you find any knights, send them this way. I'll hold the passage with this overconfident fool and his crazy friend. When they aren't flirting, they both fight like a whole platoon of orcs.
This poor soul doesn't have much time. His blood, it's boiling. That bite must have infected him. Even Falchu wasn't capable of this.
Stay back! This area's trapped! Don't get caught like I did! I've been watching to see how it works. The trap has guardians. They're the key to disarming it, I believe. After each trap fires, there's a brief moment when you can disarm it. During this moment, you have to defeat its guardian. It's the only way. So, I'm not the only one left? That's good to hear. I'm pretty exhausted, but I'll see if I can find them after... You are the one who wishes to destroy my master. I know what you seek. I would tell you if I could, but instead I must thwart you. The shard key is bound to my spirit, as surely as I am bound to guard it. But I wonder, will you listen to a riddle? A useful riddle? What cannot be said directly may be hinted at. Listen then.
Rot and death are Angof's guise. Living flesh holds his demise. I must release the shard to the one who brings me what the living flesh beyond this crypt holds. I cannot say directly, only through riddle. Seek what differs in the next room. Take what the living flesh holds, then unbind me with it. That spirit, his gaze, so hard and cold. He won't stop looking at me. He looks right through me. Why am I so cold? They're here? That's great news. I'll go find them in a moment. But be careful around this spirit. I think he's cursed me already. My mind is blue and cold. You come to destroy my master? I know what you seek. I would tell you a simple riddle, yet you already have the answer in your possession. That rune you hold is the key to releasing me. The living flesh holds the riddle answer no longer. Yes, but take care what you say. The words must be repeated exactly as written. Ah, it's done! Thanks, Stendar. Here, take the shard key. I am free to ascend at last. Destroy Angof. Avenge me and the others that have fallen victim to his crimes.
By the Eight, never creep up on a person, you're likely to get beheaded. You must be Wizard Benele's friend. You're the mad fool who went into the catacombs ahead of us, aren't you? By the way, did the other knights make it? That binding spell seemed to throw me a bit short of the mark. I'll head out as soon as I see a clear path. A word of warning, though. The lurcher in the chamber ahead is extremely tough. I'd keep it away from the totems surrounding it if you plan to challenge it. I'll do that. With luck, we'll regroup and follow right behind you. Good luck, friend.
We'll do what we can to help. Just stay away from his vines. We'll stop him. I'm sure of it. Keep away from those thorns and you'll be fine.
I shall raise you up and make you my slave. You and your flame
Get to the light before his magic destroys you. Get to the light before his magic destroys you. You did it! Now hurry! Through the portal you go! Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Alright, maybe fun isn't the right word, but you were glorious. Angof is finally dead. We can't thank you enough for what you've done. The others have all collapsed in their tents. They're exhausted, but I wanted to welcome you back. And Sir Lannis wants to talk to you. He's telling the Lion Guard commander what happened. Who knows? Maybe he wants to give you a medal or something. Well, go on. We'll be fine. I promise.
Well, now, wasn't that fun? I'd fight alongside you anytime.
The king will be grateful for what we've done here. Some of Angof's minions are still running loose, but it's nothing we can't handle. Maybe things will finally return to normal now. Without Angof's magic, hopefully the vines will wither and die. If not, I'm sure the Mages Guild can conjure up a spell to clear them away. I'm not too concerned about them. Yes, but I can't put my finger on it. We've heard rumblings that things up north aren't looking any better. Not necessarily vines and such, but there are whispers of other things out there that we need to be concerned about. I hear there's trouble in Koglan village. Something bad is happening up there. But don't worry about that right now. We just saved the people of Glenumbra. We should be celebrating. Now, where did I put it? The king set aside this armor for the champion who defeated Angof. It was a treasure of Daggerfall, and now it belongs to you. It's your reward for all you've done for this land and its people. May luck follow you wherever you go.
The captain. They came at night. We couldn't. We were returning from Daggerfall when our caravan was attacked. Bretons fighting with Daedra at their side. Killed most of us, but the captain, They took the captain. Stormhaven. Ruins. Near the border. They took him there.
Nobody cares about us poor beggars. Could you help me? I'm next. I know I'm going to be next. Murder. My friends are already dead, but the Watch doesn't care. What's one less beggar? We're nothing to them. But if someone found the killer... Start in the Trade District alleys. That's where old Gian was murdered just yesterday. Maybe Lieutenant Dubois will give you a reward if you do his job for him. Thank you. It's a terrible thing to be poor. You're invisible. No one cares. I'll tell you whatever I know. The Watch found old Gian last night. The night before, it was Ragged Ron. When one of us dies, they blame the cold or the plague. But Gian and Ron were cut up something horrible. Now they say it's a wolf. Can you believe it? A wolf in the city? But that's what the Watch thinks. Who am I to say any different? Still, it feels more like murder than the work of a wild animal to me. We're everywhere. We're easy prey. Some folks just don't like us. Take your pick. This killer isn't stopping, it's brutal. Sooner or later, it's gonna start killing a better class of citizen. Then the Watch will take action.
Get out of here. It'll kill you too. It's a monster, I tell you. A monster! Prowls the alleys, shreds its victims with claws and fangs. It'll kill anyone that crosses its path. There's a dead man in the South Alley, but he's no beggar. He's one of those Bloodthorn cultists. Fanatics from the Reach. Rumors are that they're involved in dark nature magic, and worse. We try to stay clear of those fobbing maniacs. If the monster decided to just kill Bloodthorns, that would be fine by me. The beast prowls along the river's edge and hunts in the alleys. It doesn't eat what it kills. It just slaughters and leaves the corpses for the rats. It's the curse of Camlorn. I want no part of this evil. Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. The town of Camlorn's been taken over by an army of werewolves. Don't look at me like that. I heard Damien and Fabian talking about it.
It was a monster! It tore out Guillaume's throat and disappeared into the river! It was hideous!
I've never seen the citizens so agitated. Even the beggars seem nervous these days. A werewolf killed those beggars? You're certain? Damn. I shouldn't have ignored Matthew when he came to me. Take this as a reward, but say nothing. People are nervous enough as it is. I promise not to dismiss the concerns of the poor again. I learned a hard lesson. I won't turn away anyone who's in trouble again. Not on my watch. Not even a beggar. With you? Yes, of course. But please, keep your voice down. No need to alarm anyone unnecessarily. Fight a werewolf? Never had the opportunity, and I hope it stays that way. A werewolf's bite carries the creature's curse. It can turn you into one of them. Or so I've heard it said. I'd say it were a lot of superstitious nonsense. Except the rumors keep coming. They say that werewolves have overrun Camlorn, north of here. With the way the Lion Guard has been acting, there's certainly something going on up that way.
You've returned. You have questions. You saw possible futures. No path is set. Your actions will influence what is to come.
Nothing like finding out that the family estate you inherited is nothing but a pile of ruins. And here I thought my life was finally taking a turn for the better. I just found out that this land belongs to me. You see, my father recently passed away. I was reading his journals and learned of this place. I wasn't sure why he kept it a secret until I got here. This place is haunted. Makes my skin crawl just getting near the damn place. There are imps everywhere, and the whispers, they threaten me, warn me to stay away. But this is my land now. No bodiless voice is going to make me leave. A Baleborn always pays for services rendered. This place might look like a ruin to you, but it's a part of my family. It's all I have left. Search the ruins. See if you can find a ghost wandering around, or wailing, or rattling chains, or doing whatever ghosts do. Do you think I should hire a priest to perform some kind of ritual? Owning a haunted estate is all rather new to me. Damn ghosts won't let them in! Why else would I be standing out here? That's like asking me why my father Maurice was such a bastard. There are things we aren't meant to know. When the voice whispered to me, it said that the land was no longer mine. According to my father's journal, this property has belonged to my family for centuries. But Maurice was also a lying bastard whose death was long overdue. He was known for only telling half the story.
Maurice, what is this? It's beautiful.
My mother's necklace. She gave it to me. Told me to give it to the woman who would become my wife.
Is this what I think it means? Oh, Maurice, this is the happiest day of my life. Hand in hand, we snuck through the gardens and sat on a bench beneath the moon. The way he looked at me sent shivers down my spine. Our love is forbidden. Still, we care for each other deeply. He plans to tell his parents of our love soon.
I've returned, my love. I missed you so much.
He didn't steal your necklace, my lady. I swear to you. Your son gave it to me. Maurice, please tell her.
Silence! My son would never give my necklace to a lowly serving girl. I don't know which is worse, your lies or your thieving fingers.
Maurice, please. Tell her of our love. The time we've spent together. Why won't you say anything?
I'm sure she didn't mean to steal it. She's been working awfully hard. Perhaps exhaustion.
Enough! I'll hear no more excuses. Punish her with the whip, and then lock her in the tower.
That wasn't such a good idea. It wasn't necessarily a bad idea, but it was most definitely not a good idea. After you entered the ruins without any trouble, and I'm not counting the imps, mind you, I assumed that the spirit had fallen asleep or something. Anyway, as we stepped inside, we were hit with a wave of incredible force. It hurt. A lot. Great. Just great. If you shake my family tree, my father wouldn't be the only bastard to fall out of it. But he might be the worst. We have to reason with this spirit. Show her that I'm not the one who wronged her, and I don't deserve her wrath. What? Why would I do that? That's a foolish idea. A Baleborn never abandons his property. We need to get rid of her, explain our side, but I'm not really sure how to communicate with this spirit. Maybe you could summon her or something. Damn, I don't know. Head back to Daggerfall. The Mages Guild there has a library. They must have a book or a scroll or something that has the information we need.
Come to help the great Lord deal, have you? Ah, another one. Here to work with the great Lord Deal, no doubt. I'm renowned throughout Glenumbra, you know. Well, there's no excuse for that. You've certainly heard about the Harpy menace that threatens Daggerfall. Of course you have. My sons and I are here to put an end to that threat. I know you want to help. Start by finding my stupid hirelings. The daggers. They're out gathering information about the Harpies. Know your enemy and all that. You'll get paid once I have enough to complete my research. Take this dagger with you. He knows what to do. Off with you now. Bumnog will help you. Interesting fellow. Always fights fair. Refuses to use weapons against the Harpies. Just his fists. Can't imagine that works out for him, but he's the only dagger still here, so what do I know? Who, not what. The Daggers. A mercenary group out of Daggerfall. They're highly trained and extremely deadly. Or so they tell me. They're also lost. But they do work cheap, which makes them perfect for my purposes. They left hours ago, and we haven't heard a word since. Only Bumnog returned, which is why he's available to help you. Why are you still here? Get out there and find the missing daggers. Why do I have to explain these things to you? Just talk to Bumnog. He knows what I hired the daggers to do. Now stop pestering me and let me enjoy all this nature that my sons keep going on about.
You're going to help me find the rest of the daggers? I'm not sure you're dagger material. Your hands look kind of soft and delicate. Like you've never beaten anything into submission with your own two fists before. The daggers were hired to help Lord Deal gather research about the Harpies. We get him what he needs and we get paid. Simple as pie. But now the rest of the daggers are missing. We need to find them and make sure our first mission is a success. Everyone has to start someplace. Even the Fighters Guild had a first mission, didn't they? Who are you to judge? Now let's get out there and do what we're getting paid for. Let's find the daggers and bring back their research. Harpies, eggs, whatever we can bring back so Lord Deal can figure out why these birds have become so violent lately. We have to find the missing daggers, Gelvin, our leader, and the Remley brothers. We find them and help them finish their jobs. And while we're at it, we look for the Queen Birdie, Fowling. She's a vicious killer, and she needs to be dealt with. We shouldn't dawdle, so make it quick. We're an odd bunch, that's for sure. Gelvin found each of us either drinking away our troubles or begging for gold on the streets of Daggerfall. We were good for nothing and all but forgotten. Gelvin wanted to change that. A few of us tried to join the city guard or hook up with the Fighters Guild. Truth be told, they wouldn't have us. We weren't good enough for them. So we formed the Daggers to show them that they're wrong. Lord Deal's guards were in the city, looking to hire some muscle. They found us in the Rosy Lion, celebrating our newly formed partnership. We needed a job. Lord Deal needed some help, and here we are. Well, not really. We were talking about how we needed to find a job, and suddenly Lord Deal's men were making us an offer. We took it as a sign that we were doing the right thing. The daggers were going places. I vowed that I would always face my opponents as an equal. If an enemy came at me with a sword, I would meet his blade with one of my own. The Harpies fight with claws. How could I go up against them with anything more than the fists nature gave me? Sharp and natural. They don't wield weapons, so neither will I. I will fight them head-on, fists against claws, and I will do so with honor.
How in the 8 do you expect to trap a flying harpy with a trap set on the ground? You're an idiot. You know that, right?
You know I hate it when you yell at me. Now calm down so I can figure out how to get a harpy to trip a wire on the ground. I see the problem now.
Looks like we found the Remley brothers.
Did Lord Deal send you? Well, there's nothing new to report except that my brother is an idiot. Armo placed dozens of traps and he just realized something. Harpies don't walk. Now we're trying to figure out how to salvage the situation. We're trying to capture a few of these creatures. Lord Deal wants to observe the Harpies and see if they demonstrate any odd behavior that might explain the recent acts of aggression. but we're still working on our traps, as you can see. We've got some throwing snares. The only problem is the damn harpies are too strong. They need to be weakened before you hit them with the throwing snares. I may have a sword, but I'm not a fighter. That's too dangerous an approach for me. Lord Deal said a few. So 4, I'd say. Yes, 4 harpies should do. If this works, please tell his lordship that we gave you the traps, all right?
This is a fresh kill. Be alert. Whatever did this could be watching us. Wait, is that Gelvin up there? What in Malakath's name is he tangled up in?
Thank you, old friend. Thought I was going to become bird food before you got here. Hello. That was a bit of a predicament. The Remley brothers do set a good trap, I must say. That one trussed me up tight. But now that you're here... Wait a moment. Who are you? Help. The Daggers don't need any... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm the leader of the Daggers, and we don't have a clue as to what we're doing out here. If you're willing, we'd appreciate any help you care to provide. I was collecting unhatched harpy eggs to bring back to camp. One of the things Lord Deal needs to complete his research. I got 1 egg, but we need to collect a few more. In the nests above, be gentle with them. I don't want the hatchlings to come to any harm. I'm going to rest a moment and then head back to camp. With the gold his lordship pays us, the Daggers can really make a go of this mercenary thing.
That's all that Lord Deal asked us to do. Let's head back, but I want to have a chat before we enter the camp. This is a good spot. Let's talk here before we return to the camp. Listen, you've helped the Daggers a lot, and we appreciate it. But before we go back to camp, I need to make sure you understand something. Gelvin has a good head and a good heart. Always puts the Daggers first and keeps us on the right side of the law. Of course, that's part of the reason we're still struggling. Sometimes mercenaries can't be too choosy about the jobs they take. This Lord Deal, something's not right with him. Why does a noble care about harpies? But whatever, it doesn't matter. The Daggers need to get paid. If not, our mercenary group collapses, and we're all back to the streets, again. You're not listening. I'm saying that it doesn't matter. He could be a saint or Molag Bal himself. What matters is that we get paid so the Daggers can stay together. Got that? Now let's get back to camp.
Can't keep them like this, Lord Deal. They're in pain.
I can do what I like with them. After all, I'm the one investigating why these birdies have become so very, very angry.
Ugh. When Gelvin gets back, he won't stand for this.
Ah, you're back. Much more reliable than those damn Daggers. I don't see their leader, Gelvin. He didn't come back with you? More gold for the rest of you, I suppose. Now hand over the eggs, please. I believe we already covered that. Now let me have a look at these beauties. Oh, so round and smooth. Well, oval, really. I'll begin studying these eggs right... Wait a moment. Where's the other egg? I was promised 5 harpy eggs, not 4. Didn't they teach you to count? There will be no deal without 5 eggs. 5! No more, no less. Imbeciles! Then I suggest you find that bootless lout and get it back. There will be consequences. These are my eggs. Let his sister know that if Gelvin doesn't return, I will have his right hand cut off for stealing from a noble. Dealing with fools and idealists makes me thirsty. I need a drink.
Greedy, ignorant, ugly son of a mammoth's ass. That deal can go leap in the river. I wish I knew. The rest of the daggers made it back, but there's been no sign of my brother. I had my doubts about getting involved with Lord Deal. I just wish I'd told Gelvin about them. But who are you anyway? Why do you care about any of this? Well, you helped my brother and his daggers so far. I only hope we can continue to count on your support. So, listen. I heard Deal's threats. His claim is ridiculous, but he has gold. Paying guards to support a false accusation is easy enough. I think I know where you can find my brother. Whether you agree with Gelvin, me, or the bastard Deal over there, we need to find Gelvin and that egg. I don't want to see my brother get hurt. There's a house on an island directly west of this camp. That's where we first met with Lord Deal. I could see that Gelvin was very interested in the place. I'll give you a head start before I tell Deal about it. Now go. Find my brother.
Something fishy's going on here. I think Lord Deal hasn't been entirely truthful with us. But how did you find me? Grenette sent you, didn't she? I know. I was on my way back when I decided to investigate this place. When we first arrived, Deal and his sons came out of this building to greet us. I figured if there was any place to get any answers, it was right here. Nothing yet, but this whole situation feels off. I'm sure that his lordship hasn't told us the whole truth about the Harpy frenzy. Anyway, I'm not leaving this house until I find something that sheds light on what Deal is up to. You found something, didn't you? What is it? Tell me what you found. Let me see that. What in the name of... Lord Deal's been poisoning the Harpies the entire time. He orchestrated their frenzy, and he claimed he's been trying to help. He's been using us. It's tainted gold. The daggers don't operate that way. We're not common thieves that break the law just to fill our own pockets. This is a dangerous edge to walk, and it cuts both ways. I didn't want the daggers to start out like this. Well, we'd have to disband. We'd go our separate ways and hope we can find a way to feed our families. Damn it. This isn't an easy choice. I just can't accept that we'd get our start helping a noble do the wrong thing. Of course, you're right. Deal has to be stopped. I think I know what to do. And if all else fails, I've always been good at improvisation. You've done enough. Just keep Lord Deal busy. It's not up to you to finish this. That's work for the daggers. Even if it turns out to be our last job, we're going to do it right.
Gelvin's sister gave up his location so easily. Now where is that damn thief? And where in the 8 is my damn egg? What did you say? How dare you? That's my property. You expect to get away with this? I knew I shouldn't have put my trust in a bunch of low-life scum. You'll be in the hands of the Daggerfall Guard by the end of day. You think the Guard would believe you? Some Street rats who lay a claim against a well-respected noble? You're dumber than you look. The guard will chuckle as they lead you to the dungeons. Or maybe we'll just end this right now. You? Friends with the king? Oh, that's brilliant. Really, it is. You must dine with his family on a regular basis? Perhaps vacation together in the countryside? I'll give him your regards. It's a shame about your tragic accident and all. Guards! Guards! What in the Divine's name are you...
So Gelvin killed the bastard? I didn't think he had it in him. It still doesn't change the fact that he botched our entire deal. I told you to talk him out of it. Yeah, I figured that out. His lordship was also behind the whole Harpy Menace thing too, wasn't he? Well, it's a good thing I decided not to count on Gelvin to turn a profit. I snatched this from the camp when no one was looking. It's not much, but a few gems are better than no gems at all. Why don't you tell Gelvin that you found it on his lordship's body? We don't want him to think I stole it or anything. Well, I trust you. Besides, I need to set these birdies free, and they're not going to be very happy when I do. You've dealt with enough dagger business for one day. Leave this to me. Go on, go on. I'll catch up later.
What's my brother talking about? How did he fail us? You need to talk some sense into him.
Deal's gone, but I don't feel any better. These people depended on me and I failed them. I can't even do one job correctly. What do you mean? The pompous ass carried these around with him? That figures. Technically, we did complete the job. Wait, what am I saying? This isn't right. These gems don't belong to us. I thought the daggers were finished, but, well, looks like we have a future after all. Here, take this, for helping us finish the job. Consider it a small token of our appreciation. You'll always have a place with the daggers if you want it.
Thank you for helping my brother. I was worried there for a bit, but it looks like everything worked out in the end.
We need to do something. Who goes there? Identify yourself. Bandits attacked a caravan up the road. We've got them pinned in a noble's house, but they're holding the family hostage. If we attack, they'll kill everyone. Not my call. You should talk to Captain Farlever. She's on the road west of the camp.
I'm a little busy. The Red Rook's bandits are holding hostages. They're in a house down the lane. A patroller sent you? Then listen carefully, because I always have a plan. The Red Rooks use trained wolves to guard their camp. Increases their confidence, but also makes them careless. We can exploit that to save the hostages. I need someone who can get in quietly, grab some wolf's woe, and take it to the hostages. With that plant, the hostages can walk out without attracting the attention of the wolves. The hostages are locked in a house, so you also need to find a key. We can help once you get those nobles out. My guards are itching to hunt down those brigands. Just be careful, and good luck. The wolf's woe grows all around here, so it should be easy to acquire. As for the key, grab a Red Rook uniform and look around. The disguise should fool the bandits, but watch out for the wolves. Otherwise, shake a few bandits until a key falls out.
Another bandit in my house? Have at thee, I say! How was that, my dear? Did I sound fearsome? What a daring rescue! This is quite exciting! Look, everyone, we have wolf's woe. This will be an adventure. Those ruffians came by boat. Ingenious, really. Slip in from the water, strike caravans on the road, then sail away. But the guards showed up and the bandits set traps on my estate. Clear those traps, or it'll be too dangerous for us to leave. I know. Take my hunting horn. It's upstairs. Then clear the traps and create a diversion. Set something on fire. That should keep the Red Rooks too busy to notice us. Sound the horn to signal us that it's safe. Meanwhile, I'll untie the others.
A moment, friend.
I'll have you free in no time, my love.
Thank you, Please excuse my husband. He gets so enthusiastic. No, thank Mara. The only thing I regret losing is my jewelry box. It's a family heirloom. The rest we can replace. I'm just thankful we're alive. The bandit leader, an orc named Tharkul, he took it. The box only opens if you're a member of the family. I told him, but he didn't care. If you retrieve it, I can arrange a reward. Once you acquire my lockbox, please hold on to it until we're safely away from those dastardly bandits. And do be careful. I'd hate to think that someone got hurt trying to help me. Yes, my ancestor had the box made to protect her valuables while she was at sea. The box was tied to her blood, so that only her or her descendants could open it. It's been passed down from mother to daughter ever since. Why, jewelry, of course. Specifically, it contains the Noellame signet rings and the rings of the families that have joined with us through marriage. We carefully organize and store the rings in the box. Many of these rings go back generations. Oh dear, you shouldn't have risked your life on my behalf. Oh my, I didn't think I'd see this again, and it's still sealed. This means the world to me. There are so many good memories in this box. Your kindness is appreciated, and here's the reward I promised you.
I assumed that horn was a signal when I saw the nobles run out. Good thinking. Well done. With the nobles safe, my guards can storm the camp without worry. We won't have any trouble rounding up the rest of these Red Rook thieves. Here, compliments of the Daggerfall Watch.
Hey, you there. Be a friend and get me out of here. Greetings, citizen. I seem to have suffered a temporary setback. I could use a bit of help. These Bloodthorn Cretans ambushed me, and while I was on a mission of incredible importance, there were dozens of them, but I didn't go down without a fight. What will the Lion Guard do without me? The orc that sits before you, represents the future of the Lion Guard. I am Recruit Gorak, pride of New Orsinium. Please untie me. We have work to do. We must recover the General's dispatch and return to Captain Vistra. I took a beating when the Bloodthorns grabbed me. I won't be much help in a fight, but I'll cheer you on. Thank you. I'll take the dispatch to Captain Vistra. Find me later. I owe you a drink.
I'm led to believe you're the one to thank for Gorak's safe return. He even retrieved the General's dispatch. Recruit Gorak claims that you helped him defeat dozens of cultists and recovered the dispatch from a foul necromancer. Is this true? Ah, I thought he might be telling tall tales. Still, what Gorak did was brave. Stupid, but brave. Thank you for finding Gorak, stranger. I shudder to think what those cultists would have done to him. Gorak, you took the initiative and did your best. You aren't quite ready for the Lion Guard, but you're close.
I understand, Captain. I'll double my efforts and make you proud. You can count on me.
My poor Papa, what will I do without you? Why would they kill a defenseless old man? They came in the night. They came right into the lighthouse and attacked us in our sleep. I ran here and hid. You aren't going to make me leave, are you?
I feel safer here, please. It was the Bloodthorns. Oh, poor Papa. I left everything behind. I don't even have his dear old pipe to remember him by. If I just had that one small thing, maybe I could find some comfort.
I'm glad you're helping. Come, mortal. Do a favor for this poor, weary spirit. My daughter is lost to her grief. How can she send you here, to a haunt of vile cultists, to retrieve a pipe? Sheer folly! She should have something of real value, something that will allow her to move on. For years, I've been hiding gold under a tree southwest of the lighthouse. Dig it up and give it to my daughter. Then she needs to go to my brother in Crosswitch. There she can start anew.
I thought Papa was nearby, but now, nothing. Do you have his pipe? I just want to hold on to him, just a little longer. He appeared? He appeared and spoke about me? I recognize this satchel. What's inside it? Oh, Papa. Ever the pragmatist. There's enough here to get supplies in Aldcroft. Then I can go on to Crosswitch.
Beware, stranger. The Bloodthorn cult prowls the fens. I'm no warrior, I'm a chandler. Candles don't make very good weapons, you know. A group of us. We were fleeing from the trouble in Camlorn, but we ran into a fresh set of problems when we got to this blasted fen. As we made camp, some Bloodthorn cultists swooped in. They grabbed the women traveling with us and dragged them off. Our leader, Guy LeBlanc, heard them talking about a coven. That means witches and trouble. Maybe you could talk to LeBlanc. He's around here somewhere. He could sure use the help. We are way out of our element here. Go to Aldcroft, he says. It'll be safer, he says. I shouldn't have listened to LeBlanc. We're from Camlorn. There's been trouble there. We thought maybe things would be a bit more settled in Aldcroft. But no place is safe these days, it seems. If something happened to my Elodie, I will never forgive myself. More or less. He's usually a take-charge sort of fellow. It was his idea to head to Aldcroft, so he feels responsible for all this. His sister was among the women they grabbed.
I should never have suggested fleeing to Aldcroft. Brilliant idea, LeBlanc. Now they're gone. All the women in our group, kidnapped by cultists and dragged off into the fen. Yes, we should have stayed in Camlorn. At least my sister would still be with me. We thought we'd go to Aldcroft, but ran into trouble here in the fens before we got there. Bloodthorn cultists swarmed in, and grabbed all the women and took them away. I heard them say something about a hag coven in the North Fens. My sister Bethany was fighting them as they dragged her off. I don't know what to do. I feel useless. I'm not used to this sort of life. I sent the others to the Weiris camp nearby. I'll do my best to answer, friend. It's our good luck you happened by when you did. The Lion Guard? They can't even defend Camlorn. That must sound bitter. Well, you're talking to someone who lost everything. We had nice homes, shops, comfortable lives. Now look at us. The Weirises are witches of a sort, devoted to nature and the Weird Tree. They helped us after the attack, and said we could stay at their camp until we were ready to move on. It's nearby, to the southeast. What remains of my group is there now. Not much. It's big, and it smells. Bloodthorn cultists roam the southern fen, and hags prowl the north. I wish I had stayed in Camlorn. I thought we'd be safer out here, but look what happened. I hope Bethany's all right. Cultists, bogs, bugs as big as my head? Why, oh why did I ever leave the city?
A stranger who isn't dressed as a Bloodthorn? I don't know what you're doing out here, but you're a sight for sore eyes. Now hurry up and cut me loose. No, I'm the Queen of the Nords. Of course I'm from Camlorn. Did my brother Guy send you? I gave the cultists a hard time, so they tied me up. They took the other women away, though. I think they traded them to the bog hags. The Bloodthorns have an arrangement with the hags. Something about exchanging us for their help against the weird. They even have a contract. I saw them arguing over it earlier. It should be around here somewhere. Please try to find my companions. These cultists are insane. But the hags... who knows what they're capable of. I'll go find my brother. Poor sod is useless without me.
Let's get out of here.
My sister and the other women made it here. Everyone's a bit rattled and tired, but otherwise they don't seem hurt. Thank you. Weiress Emily says a hag named Mother Merc was likely behind the abduction of the women. I wish we could stop her before she tries this again. All this danger and adventure. We're so not cut out for this. Mother Merc wants a coven of hags. That's what the Weirresses told me. The coven hunts women to convert into hags or thralls. The Weirresses told me about the Reach woman Sebelic. She knows how to deal with Mother Merc. She's staying with the Weirresses at the Northern Enclave. Meeting you was a bright spot in this otherwise dark adventure. If you can stop Mother Merc, that'll be one less thing for us to worry about. You can find Sebelic in the Northern Weird Camp. Just follow the road across the bridges. I'll answer what I can. Too bad you aren't asking about a nice place to eat in Camlorn. That I know. History of this bog and information about hags? I only know what the Weirresses told me. They say she's got a taste for flesh. Thinks the bog belongs to her and the hags. The Weirresses have been fighting with her for generations. Sebelic is a Reach witch staying with the Weirresses. Weiress Emily says she can look right into you and see things about your past and future. The Weirresses say she isn't evil, but I'd still be careful around her.
You can't just let my village burn! Please, they won't listen to me. It's true that I used to run with the Red Rooks, but I quit. I hate all the chaos they're causing in Glenumbra. Now I just want to help save my town. But the guards don't believe me. The guards caught me sneaking around. They don't believe I'm trying to save the village. The Bloodthorn are gathering the villagers at the docks for sacrifice. They kill them and raise them as zombies. I don't want my friends to end up like that. My father's a mage. His signature spell is a spell of hiding that I know can protect the villagers. If you can reach our house and prepare the spell, I can rescue the villagers and meet you there. You just need to convince Dame Clarique to free me. You'll find Dame Clarique up the road. She's the knight in charge of this Lion Guard unit. Since she's the one who had me tied up, you'll need to convince her to let me go. It's called Marion's White Mask. My father loves to name his spells after himself. When cast on a building, the spell cloaks everyone inside in a shroud of misdirection. Makes anyone who looks see something other than what's really there. My father used to scare me with the spell. He'd cast it on his workshop and make himself look like a hooded specter in a white mask. We argued about it. A lot. I never found it as funny as he did. I don't know where he is. He was in the village before the attack, and I fear the worst. My father and I, well, we didn't always get along. That's why I joined the Red Rooks in the first place. I just hope he's still alive.
As if the problems in Camlorn weren't enough, we have cultists and bandits harrying our flanks. I've been assigned to keep an eye on the situation here, and my vigilance paid off. We captured one of those Red Rook bandits. You talked to him, didn't you? Why exactly do you trust this bandit? I'm not even convinced there are any villagers left alive in there to save. We haven't seen anyone but the cultists. I suppose that's a good point. If what he's told us is correct, we wouldn't see the villagers anyway. He says they're being kept down by the docks. Very well. I'll let the bandit go. I just hope I don't regret this.
spell. The masking ritual. But why? Damien. Here. I hoped he would return. There's no time for that right now, though. We need to act before the Bloodthorn cultists cause more damage. The Bloodthorn have been draining my essence to fuel their necromantic rituals. They're transporting the animated dead from the docks. They've sent zombies as far north as Cathedral, and Daggerfall is next. I'm imprisoned in a pocket plane of oblivion. I think I can use the magic I still possess to collapse the plane and end the ritual. But in case I fail, you need to burn the Bloodthorn's boats. Don't let any more zombies leave the village.
I'm glad to see the spell worked. That should keep these villagers safe. I heard you talking to my father, though. I hope you're not going to pursue his foolish plan. It's too dangerous. Oh, it'll work, but it's idiotic. As usual, my father only takes into account the big picture. He's going to collapse his prison. I'm not an expert in pocket planes, but that doesn't sound healthy. He's going to kill himself to stop the ritual. I can't let that happen. I'm going after him. I owe you, friend. We'll find a way to deal with the cultists. The Bloodthorn took control of a house in the center of the village. That's where we'll begin to search for my father. I'll get some things together and meet you there.
You will not have him! Charge! What were you thinking, coming in here after me? The Bloodthorn will escape! My son said that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to berate you. I can still collapse this plane. The Bloodthorn may escape, but we'll stop the necromantic ritual here and now. I'll follow you back to the portal.
You made it. I was worried about you. Bloodthorn cultists followed you into the house. I got the drop on them and guarded the portal until you returned. They're upstairs. See for yourself. Now that my father is safe, I want to get out of Glenumbra. I'm through with this place. And I don't want Dame Clarique to put me back in chains. You should go speak to her. I need some time with my father.
We just watched boats filled with Bloodthorn cultists sail away from the docks. What happened down there? I hope it was worth it. Those Bloodthorn cultists will cause trouble elsewhere, no doubt. There's some consolation that you stopped the necromantic ritual, however. We'll take care of the remaining cultists and their zombies.
So you've come to the bog at last. I've waited for your arrival. It was written on the stones and in the sky. Fate has led you here, just as I have foreseen it. You wish to resolve the conflict between the Weird and the Coven. Mother Merc's anger and darkness run deep, even for a Hagraven. She's powerful, and leads the Coven through fear and pain. You'll need this charm to defeat her, for she can siphon vitality from even the strongest foe. Kill the lesser hags and drain their power into this charm. But use the charm only when Merc tries to siphon your life force. Don't waste its power. You can find the hags to the west. Just protect that charm. It is your best defense against Mother Merc. Ask, I will answer what I can. Probably. Mother Merc opposes the Weirises. She's your enemy, not mine. I can see how her darkness twists and harms the world around her, though. Such terrible things she does. The struggle between Weird and Hag is as old as the swamp itself. Both sides have sought my help, but this is not my battle. You, however, have picked a side. I help you and indirectly become involved, just as it should be. I am called by many names. Mire Witch, Old Bog Crone, the Swamp Seer. You may simply call me Sibelic. No, I come from the Reach, just like Mother Merc and Angoff. Not everyone who comes from the Reach seeks to do evil. The Weird are hospitable, so I reside with them. Yet I don't begrudge Mother Merc her wickedness. It was her path to choose. Mother Merc uses dark magic. She will drain your life to restore her own vitality. The charm, once empowered, will reflect her magic back upon her. But you must use it at the correct time or it won't be of much help.
Your vitality will be mine. How dare you turn my own magic against me?
You have returned, and you are victorious, just as I have foreseen it. I sensed her departure. The shadows cast by her destructive anger will fade from these fens in time. Perhaps she will find peace in whatever lies beyond this plane. You did well, I think. She was a dark and dangerous creature, to be sure. I do not mourn her, but I wish her to be at peace. Mother Merc's influence on the hags was strong. With her gone, the balance of the fens will change. Indeed, with Mother Merc gone, the hags will wither and the Weird will prosper. You, however, have somewhere else to be. I see a long road ahead of you, traveler. Tread carefully.
You there! You don't look like one of these bandits. Get down and be quiet. We don't want to give our position away. We're keeping an eye on these Red Rook bastards. They're not the simple bandits they pretend to be, that's for sure. If you want to help, go talk to Provost Piper. The Provost? He commands the Lion Guard camp near the old ruins. Tell him you want to help, and he'll probably give you a commission. We captured a Red Rook messenger. He was on his way to a secret meeting when we snatched up the lout. Something about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns. The Provost can tell you more if you're really that interested. Now get out of here before you bring the entire bandit gang down on my head.
Huh? What do you want with this old hunt master? Are you now? You're the first one today who still has all his arms and legs. Ah, these are pretty. Pretty disgusting. Here, take your gold.
An adventurer from the looks of you. Live by the sword and die by it, as they say. What brings you to our humble camp? I might have something that will interest you. We captured a Red Rook messenger prowling around our camp. We think he was going to a Red Rooks and Bloodthorns meeting. Rumor is they're forming an alliance, but we can't get the messenger to talk. Might as well give it a shot. He's been telling us a sad story about his kidnapped family, but I don't believe a word of it. If you want to try to make the bandit talk, he's right over there.
Please, you have to listen to me. My family's in danger. No one will listen. I'll tell you everything I know, but you have to help me. I'm begging you. First, you have to promise to help me. I didn't stumble into a Lion Guard camp by accident. I came here for help, not to be taken prisoner. I had no choice. They're holding my family. The Red Rooks. I'm a tracker. I know this area like the back of my hand. The Red Rooks tried to convince me to join them, but I said no. So they captured my family and threatened to kill them. I want those bastards dead just as much as anyone. Yes, I'll tell you everything I know, but only after they're safe. They're holding my family in an abandoned house to the south of this camp. If you get them back here safely, I'll tell you everything you want to know.
You aren't one of them. Please, help us. These bandits grabbed us. They're using us to force my husband to help them. I'm so worried about him. Yip is safe. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Come, Tarsiel. We need to get out of here and find your father.
Why is my father still a prisoner? This wasn't his fault. Please, you must tell the guard to release him.
I won't leave my husband's sight again. If they want to lock him up in a cell, then they'll have to lock me up with him.
You're safe, thank the Divines. And thank you for believing me. I'll tell you everything I know about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns. The Bloodthorns and Red Rooks plan to finalize their alliance. They're meeting in secret right in the ruins behind you. But the relationship has been rocky at best from what I was able to see. I don't think it will be very hard to force them apart. Just wiping out the ones at this meeting won't be enough. That might even bring the two groups closer together since you'd be giving them a common enemy. No, you need to turn them against one another. I've kept my eyes and ears open. They've been forcing me to scout the area, but they haven't been paying all that much attention to me. The envoy and the Red Rook leader, they kind of hate each other, from what I could see. Just wiping out the ones at this meeting won't be enough. That might... Of course. It's a great idea. Take my clothes and go to the ruins. Find Envoy Caius and attack him while wearing a Red Rook uniform. That should shatter the Alliance. If you lose the disguise, dig around in Red Rook packs for another one.
So, I'm going to take a wild guess here. All that commotion coming from the ruins? That was you, wasn't it? Good work. A job well done, then. No good would have come from such an unholy alliance. While you were gone, I decided to let Kip and his family go. Couldn't stand seeing his wife and daughter so distressed. I even tossed him a shirt and a pair of pants.
Blood of the forebears. Engolf's minions are relentless. We were working with the wizard Benelay. I lost track of her when the zombies attacked. Now I'm the only one left. These cultists are desecrating our dead. It's an affront to Tawaka. But my wounds slow my sword. Blood thorns desecrate the Lion God's soldiers killed in the ruins. They raise them as zombies. If you use my sacred emblem, you can sanctify the corpses. That will prevent them from being raised as undead. In return, have Engolf's minions fallen before your wrath? You've done good and holy work. Troubled souls must be put to rest, so they do not rise again. You have my thanks for taking care of this for me.
We can't resist much longer. Soon we'll be forced to answer their call. Our masters were the ancient rulers of High Rock, at rest these many years. Now, Bloodthorn cultists have disturbed the burial mounds, and stolen the ruling regalia from the tombs of our kings. We can't stop them. The Bloodthorn drain our wills. If you recover the regalia they stole, and return it to the crypts. It will restore our leaders. They are strong spirits, and our joined wills can resist the cultists. I sent... These Bloodthorn are nothing more than grave robbers. Take back the regalia they stole and return each item to its proper tomb. They hide the items in the groundskeeper's cottage, south of the burial mounds. To control our ancient kings, just as they try to control us. We were at peace, stranger, silent in watchful slumber. Then the screaming began, not just in our minds, but in our souls. No, not us. At least not at first. They were loud, insistent voices, crying in our minds, screaming, "Submit, submit!" They broke our will and shattered our defenses. They want us to join them. They're servants of Molag Bal. They seek to conquer Glenumbra. Please stop them. We won't be able to resist the Bloodthorn much longer.
Once more, the Green Aegis defends its lady's resting place.
Don't kill me. I am not your enemy. Wait, I'm not your enemy. I'm hiding. I didn't know the Bloodthorns were going to desecrate this burial site. My ancestors are buried here. My great-great-grandfather appeared before me, demanded I atone for the desecration. If I don't, he said he'd haunt me. Forever. I made a mistake when I joined them. If I go back out there, they'll kill me. Please, help me appease my ancestors. The Bloodthorns stole sacred candles from the tombs. Retrieve them and light them at my family tombs so they know I still honor them. Wait, I'm hiding. I made a mistake. Look for the tombs of the Windvale Patriarch, Matriarch, and the Scion. They were very important in their time. I'd suggest honoring the Windvale Founder's tomb last. He was really angry, scared me witless when he just appeared out of nowhere. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I was never let in on any big secrets or plans, though. According to the Founder, I joined because I'm a shiftless idiot and a lazy, good-for-nothing slob. He really ripped into me. I'm going to do whatever I can to make up for my mistakes. I'll get out of here and go home to Daggerfall. Find something useful to do, maybe help my father at his tailor shop. I certainly won't be joining any other cults in the near future, not me. Because of Angoth, he seemed like the strong leader that Glenumbra so desperately needs. He can be very persuasive. I never thought about the harm we were doing until the ghost of my own ancestor confronted me. Of course I am. I'm so scared I can't think straight. That's why I'm begging for your mercy and your aid. When this is all over, I'm gonna run, north, east, anywhere my feet will take me. Look for the tombs of the Windvale Patriarch,
Sheathe your weapon. I may be dead, but I am not your enemy. Mortal, know that I am Donel Dellen, once King of Daggerfall. Your deeds have not gone unnoticed, and I thank you for your help. However, the danger has not passed. These necromancers plan to enslave us and turn us against our descendants. The Bloodthorn no longer desecrate our tombs, but our faithful knights are still at risk. The grave robbers use soul-twisting sorcery to enslave them. Slay these Bloodthorn cultists. Rescue the spirits they are trying to enslave. To my great sorrow, Sir Grandin has already heeded their evil call. Find his tomb to the east and destroy him. When that is done, find me on the Monument Hill. Slay the Bloodthorns. Break their hold over our servants. Our servants have been loyal and true. Such commitment must not be repaid with slavery. Sir Grandin was a great hero of High Rock. Standing alone in the pass to Stormhaven, he turned back the raging Nord invaders. As the first spirit to fall to the Bloodthorns, he he will be a fearsome opponent. You return. My brother and sister monarchs await word of your success. We knew you could defeat the Bloodthorn cultists, and now the time has come. Please remain and bear witness. Without your aid, we'd be slaves, forced by the Bloodthorns to smite our own descendants. Even kings may bend a knee to those they honor. Release us to our final rest.
You return the Sky Iron Sword.
Have we your leave to depart? Farewell, mortal. Your actions this day shall prove a decisive blow to the Bloodthorn cult and their evil master. I regret the day I ever involved myself with these Red Rook bastards. By the 8, this ends here. We could use the help. These damned Red Rooks. They destroyed my town, and now they're trying to take over Crosswitch. I made a vow. I will have my revenge. I'm going to rally the people of Crosswitch to take back their town. The townsfolk are scared. If they stick their necks out, they end up as slaves in the mines. Or worse. We need the support of the town council. The few that haven't been dragged off to the mines need to show the people how to stand up to these curs. We need the support of the town council. Without them, the rest of the townsfolk will be too afraid to fight back. Of course, I'll answer what I can. Sternus Gelves. He's the real threat. Without him, the Red Rooks are just disorganized thugs looking for pockets to pick and purses to snatch. It was his idea to take over Crosswitch. He's building an empire here. The most prominent of the remaining counselors are Counselors Virgil, Donella, and Theodore. Look for them around town and convince them to help us. Or we're finished before we even get started. About what you'd expect. It weighs on me. That's why I made my way to Crosswitch. I think I can help the people here.
Did you meet with Tamian Sellen? He's got the right idea. Time to take back this town. The Red Rookin forces have threatened, extorted, or beaten us at every turn. They claim it's for our own protection, but they just want our gold. They're not even honest about their thievery. I say it's time to fight back. That's what I wanted to hear. If you stand up to those greedy bastards, it will show the rest of the town that we can take back Crosswitch.
Blessed Mara, why is this happening? What did we do to deserve this trouble? You better go. They'll be back at any moment to demand more gold from me. Are you mad? Sellen wants the people to rise up and fight. That would be suicide. Still, the Red Rooks harass me every day, demanding more and more gold. Oh no, I think I hear them now. You probably think I'm just foolish, imagining Red Rooks around every corner. But those nasty bandits are rude, greedy, and dangerous. I don't want to end up poor and destitute. Your willingness to help shames me. You're right. I must be strong if we are ever to feel safe again. I'll find a way to help you and Sellen. I can spread the word that we're going to fight back.
They killed Isif. They gave Gelves everything he demanded to keep the townsfolk safe, even surrendered his own house. They killed Isif anyway. Our beloved mayor. They killed him in cold blood. Weren't you listening? They killed him. First they ran the watch out of town. Then they took over our businesses. Now they murdered the mayor. They extort, threaten, and murder to their heart's content. And no one can stop them. Are you mad? Everyone who tried is either dead or enslaved in the mines. We can't win. The Red Rooks are too powerful. I just lost my best friend. I don't want to lose anyone else. You didn't even know him. No, you're right. Hisif wasn't a soldier, but he was a strategist. He was trying to work around these bastards. The least I can do is continue what he started. I'll do whatever Sellen asks.
Did you teach those Red Rooks a lesson? I don't know what happened to us. We're mountain folk and miners. We shouldn't be so easily cowed. You've given us back our courage. Thank you. Who are you? Another Red Rook dog barking for its masters? I've got bad news for you, Hound. I'm fed up. Whatever you want, the answer is no. Oh? Well, why didn't you say so? The Red Rooks took over my mine. They're forcing the miners to work until they drop. You want to stop the Red Rooks? How about running them through with a sword? That'd be damn useful. Not sure I entirely trust that young fellow. But standing around doing nothing doesn't sit well with me either. I'm not much use in a battle, but I can spread the word. We'll raise an army to deal with these Red Rooks. Let Sellen know I'm with him. We'll stick a hot poker in the backside of that pompous Sternus Gelvs and the rest of his beef-witted Red Rooks.
I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that the people have begun to rally around the idea of resisting the Red Rooks. The bad news is the Red Rooks have taken notice. This is just the thing we need to inspire the people. Now the Resistance can get to work on getting rid of the Red Rooks. Anyone who stands up to Sternus Gelvs ends up in the Crosswitch mines. He works his prisoners to death down there. We need to close the mines and take that resource away from the Red Rooks. The Red Rooks took control of the mines when they arrived. They worked the miners night and day. And they also use the mines as a prison for anyone who causes trouble. Counselor Leah, Smith Suriel, and Len the Innkeeper were all sent into the mines. That would be perfect. If you can free Len, Suriel, and Counselor Leah, the entire town will gain confidence. Let them know we're organizing. Maybe help some of the miners as well. Then meet me behind the inn when you're finished. Talk to any miners you can get close to without arousing suspicion. Let them know we're organizing. Or just kill the Red Rooks in the mine. Miners will try to escape if you clear a path for them. Your actions will raise the town's morale, I'm sure of it. I heard you spoke to Marenter Gent. That means we'll soon have more strong hands to help us oust these black-hearted rogues. I've heard your praises from a number of rescued miners. Well done. Blaze? Dead? That's good news. I've sent some of the miners to Counselor Virgil to recover. As soon as they're able, they'll return to the mine and clear out the rest of the Red Rooks. Well done, my friend. It's time. The people of Crosswitch have taken up arms and are ready to retake their town. But first, Sternus Gelvs must die. He's taken over the mayor's house. Since the resistance started, he never leaves the place. You'll have to fight through his personal guards to reach him. Fortunately, you'll have some help, if you want. The resistance has grown thanks to you. If you want help, use this whistle in front of the mayor's house. Anyone nearby will come to help. Find me when Gelvs is finished. Meanwhile, we'll start removing the Rooks out here. We've got them on edge. Thanks to your efforts, order and peace are restored. Crosswitch will be back to normal in no time. At last, Sternus Gelvs has paid for his crimes against Crosswitch, Eaglesbrook, and my family. This town, and I, owe you for that.
Time for me to head back to the mine. We'll take care of any Red Rooks stupid enough to stick around.
We need to make plans. This sort of thing must never happen to Crosswitch again.
Perhaps I could help you with that.
I was rather hoping you'd say that. Come, we should get started right away.
What's this? You're not my idiot descendant. You're not even a member of my family. You're placing the sacred candles instead of my worthless descendant? Has he no shame at all? I can see that. So he's afraid to face his former comrades? He should fear the wrath of the angry dead more. Still, he has made an effort, of a sort. Return to Harald. Tell him to renounce the cult and continue to make amends, or he'll suffer the vengeance of the dead. Now go. I wish to return to my rest.
What did great-grandfather tell you? Am I back in good graces? I renounced the cult and promised to honor my ancestors, but from a much safer distance. I'll make my way out of here. Maybe go to Daggerfall or start a new life somewhere else. No more cults for me, not even benign ones.
My regret binds me to this place. Don't recoil from me, traveler. I mean you no harm. I'm a spirit of regret, not malice. What do I regret? I regret everything. But most of all, I regret betraying Rosalind. Beyond lies Westry, or what remains of the place. This was my home, until the day the Nords attacked and the curse fell upon us. My wife, Rosalind, took up her sword. I should have trusted her, but I hid and prayed. A darker voice than Stendar's answered me, and the town paid the price. Will you walk my wife's path? If you fight as she did, perhaps you can lift this curse. Rosalind fought to the end. When the Nords attacked, many of us cowered, but not Rosalind. She took action. Once they were Nord invaders, but now they are animated corpses and wraiths. Fight them as Rosalind did, and relive her final moments. I don't know. While I prayed, she fought the invaders. I heard that she was going to light the signal fire at the lake to warn Eaglesbrook and perhaps compel them to aid us. Find something of hers, some jewelry perhaps. It may help. If you find one of Rosalind's keepsakes, it should help strengthen your connection and allow you to see her final moments as you follow her path. The stronger your connection, the better chance you'll have of lifting this curse and setting us free. Oh, didn't I say? Forgive me, my memory is often as insubstantial as I am these days. My wife was the captain of the town guard. She was dedicated. She never turned from her duty.
I hope they see the signal in Eaglesbrook. Now I should go see Edgard at the inn and make sure everyone is safe.
Who's there? Stay back! Wait, is that you, Captain Rosalind? For the moment, I haven't forgotten how to swing a sword, and the inn's walls are stout. Apothecary Muriel's helping the wounded, but she needs more hawthorn berries. She can't make more healing poultices without them. That would help a lot. Bring them to Muriel at her shop as soon as you can. And Captain, be careful out there.
Captain Rosalind, I've been making poultices for the wounded, but I'm out of hawthorn berries. Hi, Mara, you always did have good timing. Here, let me prepare some poultices for you. If you can apply these to any wounded guards, they should be able to get back into the fight. Muriel's poultice should do the trick. Now, get back into the fight!
Captain, I went by your house to check on Leon. He was praying, but something wasn't right. He wasn't praying to Stendar. At least it wasn't like any Stendar prayer I ever heard. And I heard another voice in the house. It was alien, Captain. Evil. I don't mind admitting that what I heard has me more than a little frightened.
I forsake the mercy of Stendar and deliver myself to you, Molag Bal.
What?
Molag Bal. Leon, what have you done? I will not condone this madness.
Rosalind? No. What have I done? Rosalind, please! Now you know how I brought this evil upon Westry. Too weak to trust in Stendarr, I gave us all to Molag Bal. Perhaps, maybe you can help us. You're attuned to Rosalind now. If anyone could break this curse, it's you! When Rosalind discovered what I did, she fled to the town chapel. She lost her sword after a battle with the Nord leader. Retrieve the sword and bring it to her remains. The sword's in the chapel, the building beyond the burial vault. Yes, you deserve the truth. Molag Bal turned Rosalind into a vengeful shade. It turned her into the tormentor of the people she fought so hard to protect. The sword might remind her who she really is. If not, you must destroy her and set us free. Please finish this. Retrieve the sword from the chapel and take it to the burial vault where Rosalind died. Do what I cannot, and face my poor wife's shade. Our village was attacked by Nord raiders. I prayed to Stendarr for aid, but my wife, the captain of the guard, was more practical. She went to rally the town's defenses. No, not even a whisper. But I did hear the shouts of the Nords and the cries of my people. I feared for my dear Rosalind. And then I made a terrible mistake. I offered my soul to anyone who would preserve us. Molag Bal accepted. He let the Nords kill us all. Then he preserved the town by binding our spirits here. We relive our final moments over and over, experiencing our slaughter for all eternity.
You had the strength to do what no one else could, and now I'm free. You have no idea what that means to me. But tell me, stranger, why did you do all of this? Leon. I loved him once. Perhaps I still do. But there's the matter of Molag Bal to deal with first. Leon made a deal with the Daedric Prince, and despite your actions, that deal remains in place. My shade was only one aspect of the curse. There are also the innocent spirits of Westry, and the angry spirits of the invaders. Use my sword to make the town safe for mortals, or use this gem to set the innocent spirits free. The choice is yours. Then you must destroy the enraged wraiths and make Westry safe for mortal travelers once again. But that will leave the innocent spirits of Westry's villagers trapped here forever, bound to the haunted town. Then you would free the spirits of Westry's innocent villagers, ending their bondage to this place. However, the danger to mortal travelers would remain, and the living will never find welcome or solace within Westry's borders. This gem represents Westry's torment. You'd use it to save us, even if Westry remains a danger to the living? Such mercy still exists makes my heart glad. Take the gem, and free the innocent spirits. When the deed is done, return to Leon.
The lamentations of Westry's dead have been silenced. Now I can finally tell Rosalind how sorry I am. Thank you, traveler. Our torment is finally over. Rosalind has forgiven me, though Stendarr knows I don't deserve it. Our thanks for bringing peace to Westry, and rest to us all. May you walk in Stendarr's light.
Honestly, why fight a foe up close when you can roast them from afar? Some people call it cowardice. Me? I call it good sense. I do hope you're not dabbling in necromancy. That magic always causes more harm than good. But yes, we probably have what you seek. Check upstairs. That's where we keep books on the arcane arts.
collection of foolish thoughts, that. All to sell more books. Don't expect to find much truth in a tome such as that. Summoning spirits can be dangerous work. I heard about you. About how you entered the ruins of Baleborn Tower. You must not undo the sacrifices that have already been made. My master sent me to give you advice and guide you to the right decision. By helping you accomplish what the Baleborn has requested. My master sent me to help you summon the spirit. You need to see why the Baleborn curse must not be broken. Words are so much less effective than seeing the reality of a thing. Now think carefully before you answer my next question. I need to determine if you can truly summon the spirit of the dead. What is the spirit's name? The kind that is crucial to the summoning. If you are to call her spirit to this realm, you must focus on who she truly was. Remember the visions you saw. She showed them to you for a reason. Now, what is the spirit's name? You can't remember one simple thing, but you seek to end a spell you don't understand. My master retracts his offer. You must find a way to summon the spirit on your own. I suggest starting with the mine behind the Daggerfall Cathedral. The mine once belonged to the Theman family, before it was shut down. They still own the land, and much of the family is buried just outside the mine. Planting the spirit's belongings in her family's soil may awaken her. I have a certain connection to this situation. Neither your bad memory nor my master can change that. You need to see why this curse was placed on the Baleborn family. I may not be allowed to help you directly, but I can guide you.
What is this place? What happened to the tower? What have you done? The Baleborns hired you, didn't they? But you don't understand. You don't know what I gave up to stop them. I lost everything. I lost my baby. I fell in love with a coward. A Baleborn who couldn't disappoint his mother, even if it meant his beloved had to die. My love turned to hatred in that tower. Before the end, I begged and prayed for someone to help my unborn child. You have to understand. Akatosh, Daedra, it didn't matter who heard me. I just wanted my baby to live. I made a bargain, got my revenge, saved my baby. The Baleborns deserved to lose what they loved the most, their wealth, their lands. I felt my child leave me. I could smell the smoke from the tower. I heard the screams. The deal had been struck. The Baleborns don't change. That family carries evil in its heart. Let them all rot. The ward and the waterfall will always keep the Baleborns away. The Master made it with his own blood. No! You can't! The Master won't let you. My baby! What would become of him? The Master would kill him. I don't believe you would do such a thing. You know the Baleborns are evil. You know that my curse must stand. No! What have you done? The deal has been broken! My child! What will become of my child?
I walked in here and this young man nearly fell on my head. And you? Were you successful? Figured as much. It felt like the air shifted for a moment. When we tried to walk through the ruins, nothing stopped us this time. But as soon as we walked in here, this man fell out of the sky. We thought it was an ambush. Really, he whispered a name or something. Siniak or Saniak, something like that. He looked confused. And then he said, Theman. Do you have any idea what all that means? He's the son of the ghost that tried to kill me? Well, that's just great. I think he's hurt. But if he wants to pick up where his ghostly mother left off... If I took after my father, I'd put an end to the young man. It would be the prudent thing to do. But I never liked my father. There's been enough hatred between our families. It's time things changed. Of course. You've certainly been more useful than these hired hands. The Baleborns are once again on their way to the top, and I have you to thank for that. I'll always remember the small part you played to make this happen.
Good day to you. Have you come at the summons of her ladyship? Lady Laurent, a Daggerfall noble who collects ancient artifacts. She's come to the tombs in search of lost treasures. I only hope she hasn't gotten into trouble again. Well, supper is nearly ready. It's not like her ladyship to be late for dinner, especially when she asked me to open a bottle of her finest wine. Do you suppose something unpleasant might have befallen her in the tomb?
You've come to the tomb for treasure, of course. Everyone does. In life, I was the royal seneschal of King Anton of Daggerfall. I died in this tomb along with my king. His Majesty's bones have turned to dust, but I remain. Perhaps we can help each other. One favor for another. A noble with delusions of treasure hunting entered the tomb earlier. I can help you find the vault she seeks. In return, you shall help me. Let's make sure you actually have the skills I require before we discuss that. I want to see how you deal with the traps my former liege put in place. Go, speak to the lady. We shall talk more later.
Another adventurer. Of course you know who I am. I'm famous, as you know. When it comes to ancient artifacts, no one in Glenumbra has more expertise than I do. Excellent. My other assistant has been... well, I suppose the technical term is consumed. I told her not to get so close to that giant lizard. Anyway, I could use your help. I'm going to recover the legendary jeweled crown of Anton. Well, as soon as we can get into the locked vault. I understand the place is filthy with traps and undead creatures. You see where I'm going with this, don't you? Ah, you do understand. 4 keys open the vault. The keys of flames, blades, strife, and crowns. 3 of the keys are hidden in this tomb. I have the 4th key. It's an heirloom. Been in my family for generations. Take it, and get the other keys.
A king must tend to each of the bright flames of his kingdom equally. A king must be neither too close nor too distant from those who serve his kingdom. With blade, a king defeats his enemies. In flames, a kingdom is forged. You have passed the trial of kings. The vault shall open. Approach the vault. I will speak to you there. I helped you get this far, so return the favor and free me from this prison. I can't enter the vault, so listen well. There are 2 crowns inside, but you may take only one. One is King Anton's jeweled crown. The other bears the curse that binds me here. I want you to take the cursed crown. No, your soul is already trapped elsewhere. But if anyone else touches it, they will be bound here. They will take my place, and I will be free. Greed and cowardice have a price. She craves this tomb's treasures, but she wants you to take the risks. I would consider this justice.
You're back, and in a timely manner. Did you find the crown? That's it. The jeweled crown of Anton. You are quite the capable dungeon delver. Please, place the crown on the table so that I can look upon its splendor. Stibbins, could you come and put this lovely crown away, please?
Of course, my lady.
Why isn't he bound?
There we are, my lady. Safe and sound.
No! That's not the right crown! You betrayed me! Betrayed me!
I'll go see about more fish for the stew, my lady.
Perhaps you'll have another chance to assist me in the future. Until then, good luck to you.
Dead, and without a scrap of treasure to my name. You there! You can see me! Who am I? Why, I am Richard Dussault, famous adventurer and treasure hunter. At least, that's who I was, before the cultists in Dress and Keep killed me. I was in the ruins, searching for the treasure, you see. The renowned treasure of Dress and Keep, of course! You could finish my quest for me. There are 3 statues, the heralds. Take the offerings I brought in my backpack and present them to the proper heralds. That should open a passage under the well. Now listen carefully. There will be a lot to remember. The histories I read never specified, but it said that the greatest treasure of the Breton kingdoms was stored here. The heralds are 3 engraved statues that each offer a riddle. You must place an offering before each herald. The statues are the Herald of Thirst, the Herald of Memory, and the Herald of Illumination. There are a number of possible offerings in my bag. Take my backpack and see if you can match the offerings to the correct heralds. Engravings on the statues provide clues about which offerings they will accept. Yes, the bastards! I tried to sneak past them, but, well, you see how well that turned out. Being a ghost has put a bit of a damper on my adventuring career.
Seate, auta, auta. Tarselinen. Je epeia ven. Eve esgravia lambe ye lael. Ne goria. Heka. Dilia ye metana. Gandra lambe sino. 3 turns. I told you to go. How fortunate for you. But no one ever considers the wants and desires of a ghost. Oh, very well. Let's get this over with. What a presumptuous question. Such temerity. You are very rude, just like my brothers. They bound me here. They were jealous of my powers, my stature. Yes, I intended to aid the Direni against the Alessians. I hoped to get land from King Relethiel as a reward. My brothers bound me here, so I could not participate. They never returned for me. They did. Well, I'm glad to hear that, at least. Forgive me. I have been languishing alone for a long time. Can you release me? You would need to destroy the relics that bind me, the seal of anchoring, the animus needle, and the soul prison. I can feel the grip of those accursed anchors releasing. After all this time, I am free. In truth, I do not know. My people are long gone. I could move on to Aetherius, or I could remain in Tamriel. See what became of the land after the Elysians were defeated. Truer words have rarely been spoken. Thank you for setting me free. But heed this bit of advice before I depart. Not everything you meet in ancient ruins shall be as cordial as I. Fare you well.
You are the first to come here in many long centuries, since this place was sealed. I despaired of anyone ever finding their way here. I am the High Librarian of Dresden Keep. I was charged with protecting our greatest treasure, the combined histories of the earliest days of High Rock. Do be careful with these books, they are in pristine condition. Indeed, our patron is Hermaeus Mora, the scryer of the heavens and he who determines the tides of fate. These treasures have been sealed away for too long. Hoarding knowledge is worse than hoarding gold, or so our patron has decreed. Take this index. It contains the names of all the volumes and scrolls the keep contains. You must give the Dresden Index to someone who can make use of it, such as a scholar of magic. Like a civilized person, you may leave through the door on the far side of the vault. No need to use the well again. The ward on the gate has been broken, and the door will open now.
You returned! What did you find? Was it jewels, ivory, gold? What? There's no fabulous treasure? There's no gold? I died for a bunch of moldy old books. Ah, cruel fate. I wish I had a book before all this that would have told me what was in this stupid old keep. I plan to meet my friend Linway in Aldcroft after I recovered the keep's treasures. She's in the Mages Guild. I suppose you could tell her what you found. And tell her what happened to me, I guess. Indeed. I know she'll be interested in what you discovered. Like all members of the Mages Guild, she's always been more attracted to stuffy old books than to gold or jewels. Ah well, I suppose it's time for me to move on. Farewell.
My enchantments are superior to anything you'll find anywhere else in the city. Of course, quality will cost you more, but trust me, it's worth it. Bella's silky breeches! Look at the books on this list. This is unprecedented. Where did Richard find such a thing? What a remarkable discovery. Spirit? Ah, Richard. I knew you would get yourself killed one of these days chasing your beloved treasures. I spent many an evening listening to his tales of adventure. I shall miss him dearly. The Dresden Index? Remarkable! I'm sad that Richard died, but the information in the keep will be invaluable to our scholars. Thank you for this. And here's something for your trouble. What a magnificent find! I doubt Richard appreciated its value, though. He sought treasure, not knowledge. I'll see that the Dresden Index winds up in the proper hands.